let's get to it, I think. I think it's about time. So how we're going to be doing the live stream today is we're going to be doing the votes for the first 6 rounds. Then we will get to our first award, which will be the goal of the year. Do the next 6 rounds, get to the mark of the year. The 6 rounds after that, we'll get to the flog of the year at round 18, and then we'll do the final 8 rounds. Get to the members' votes as well. So you guys who are channel members, I don't think there's anyone here as a channel member, but throughout the year they have been giving a vote for basically the best player of the round, and that will actually be equated to the leaderboard at the end as well. So we may have a winner at the end of the votes that we've given throughout the year, but the members' vote could change the whole scheme of the leaderboard. Could be anything, and it only costs you $3 a month, I think. But I mean, there's no point now. There's no point now. You can't change the vote now. I mean, unless you give enough. you give enough in the chat, we'll let you dictate who the fuck wins the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. And at the end, of course, as well, if you've been watching the tips throughout the year, we've been given a certainty tip every single week of the season, and every single wrong one, I've mentioned it a few times throughout the tips, we'll have to eat a chili for every single wrong tip. And certainty tips this year, we both got 7 wrong, so we have 7 chilies to eat at the end of this stream.
So we went about 30%.
Well, I think the whole point is, like, there's supposed to be tips you're supposed to get right.
Yeah, so really it's the team's fault. They've just...
yeah, we did get a lot of them wrong throughout the start of the year. Towards the end, I don't think we got many wrong.
Well, yeah, not a lot of the top 9 teams lost.
Yeah, exactly. They just flogged everyone else. So I think that's pretty decent from us 7, but I mean, we probably should have done a bit better, really. All right. So just before we start, let's have a quick look. You guys are saying Jordan Dawson in the chat is the winner. Well, we'll just have to wait and see from the 12 votes we've got at the moment. So in the thing up the top here, guys, the little poll, make sure to click if you think one of those 3 will win it, or make sure to let us know in the chat who you think will win the Boundary Riders Medal. But I think for now, let's get to the Boundary Riders Medal round 1. So let's opening round, for fuck's sake. Fuck the AFL, dude. I hate them. All right, so let's try and get this right. This one, yes, good on me. Alrighty, so to opening round we go. So round 0 as well. So the first game would have been Hawthorn and Sydney. Votes are 3 votes, Will Day, 2 votes, James Sicily, 1 vote, Lloyd Meek. So at the moment, Will Day's got the lead. I mean, I think we should stop the count. Will Day the GOAT.
Well, that's the only way he's going to win it, because he got so many injuries.
Yeah, exactly.
After week 3 of them.
Had a good start to the year, though. Up next, the only other game of opening round. Fucking stupid idea.
AFL's the greatest
achievement to date, I think. 3 votes, Sam Taylor. 2 votes, Finn Callahan. And the 1 vote to Josh Kelly. Finn Callahan had a great year as well.
I think he showed a lot of doubt as why he sank all his money on the start.
Yeah, very. I mean, he signed just before this game too. So now we get to the real stuff. Fuck the opening round. Get rid of it, I say. Fuck it, Andrew Dillon. Fuck it off. Let's get to round 1. So, first game, of course, was the upset with Richmond and Carlton. 3 votes, the captain, Toby Nankervis. 2 votes, Tim Taranto. And the 1 vote to Jack Ross. So the Tigers on top here.
I think this was the big... Well, it was the biggest shock of the season that we just thought was never going to happen with them winning a game. And
let alone, what, they get 5 in the end.
Yeah, they got nearly better than Northern.
Yeah, exactly. Next game, we had Hawthorn versus Essendon. 3 votes, Dylan Moore. 2 votes, Jar Caldwell. And the 1 vote to Carl Amon. After that, we get to... Mucked up the edit there in the first week of the review. Good on me. Had the teams. But anyway, Geelong v Fremantle. This is an absolute thrashing down at the Cattery. We had Bailey Smith on debut for the Cats with the 3 votes. Sam De Koning with the 2. And Lawson Humphreys with the 1. Next up, we get to the grand final rematch. I think we can probably skip this one. What do you think?
Well, you did put up a good fight, but you just...
Yeah, this is
got a better fight up than the 2024 grand final.
Yeah, exactly. So 3 votes, the old captain of the Lions, Dane Sorko. 2 votes, Josh Dunkley, and the 1 vote to Isaac Heaney. Next up, we get to... this was a good game. An absolute thrashing. Collingwood against Port Adelaide in round 1. And on his return against Port Adelaide, first game of the year, Dan Houston got best on ground with the 3 votes. 2 votes, Dan McStay, and the 1 vote to Steele Sidebottom. Next up, we get to the Dogs versus North Melbourne. North Melbourne put up a bit of a fight, but of course, the Dogs had a lot of injuries at the start of the year. We had Ed Richards with the 3 votes, 2 votes to Bailey Dale, and the 1 vote to Matt Kennedy, the recruit over the off-season. We had next up the Crows up against St Kilda. This is a good win for Adelaide. And the captain of the Crows gets the 3 votes. First one of the evening. He's on 3. 2 votes to Isaac Rankin, who had a good start to the year. And Jake Saligo with the 1. Then we had Melbourne up against GWS. This was a very good game of football, actually. Melbourne, in the end, we had the captain and Max Gawn with the 3 votes. 2 votes to the captain of the Giants, Toby Green, and the 1 vote to Tom Green. I think at the start of the year, you predicted that he was going to win the Boundary Riders Award.
Yeah, Tom Green. I thought he did start pretty well. Just
had a couple of injuries.
A couple of injuries. I think the fact is that Finn Callahan really started getting noticed.
Yeah, he's going to take a few votes. Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, that's all right. Still good player for the Giants. Of course, going to be important in the final series. I think it should be the final game of the round. It is. The Gold Coast absolutely thrashing West Coast Eagles. There's a bit of a theme that will happen throughout the night. 3 votes went to Ben King. 2 votes went to Jared Witts. And the 1 vote went to Noah Anderson. So that is the end of round 1. We do have the leaderboard up here. We will show right now, just to show you what the leaderboard does look like. I don't know if we'll go to it for the first few rounds, but towards the end of the thing, I don't know, show me. Oh no, show this up. So we'll show you guys what it actually looks like, the leaderboard. God, I hope I didn't leave one of the screenshots open. I'm pretty sure I left them all closed. Good. All right, good on me. I've actually done this pretty well. All right, so this is where we put the leaderboard throughout the night. We've got every single leaderboard for every single round. Probably won't go to it until maybe after round 4 or 5 to get a good glimpse of it, but I thought I'll show you guys what it looks like. These are just screenshots of the Excel spreadsheet. So I've had this spreadsheet going throughout the whole entire year. So you can see here all the votes at the moment. Dawson with the 3, up here with Day, Gawn, Houston, King, Moore, Nankervis, Richards, Smith, and that's Sam Taylor, I believe, right there. So that's how it will go throughout the night. At the moment, I should actually have the chat open on my phone. Probably a good idea. Let's see what you guys are saying. Abusing me in the comments, most likely. I did want to say as well, I am apologise to you guys for the live stream last night. I was going to try and live stream that game, the Legends game, but it was on delay. It was just a bit of a fuck around. So we decided to just cut it straight, cut our losses, and yeah, we'll just leave it where it was. But overall, I think we're all good for now. Can't just open the chat, can you? That's all right. All right, so let's move on. Let's get to round 2.
No, I don't.
Yeah, no, I'm going to change it. It's hard. I just wanted to have that there. Cool. All right, so let's get to round 2. So, first game of the round. What the hell did I do with that edit? Anyway, it was Hawthorn up against Carlton. Carlton off to a terrible start throughout the season. Dan Gorringe already changed his name to Richmond. It wasn't looking good for him.
There's a lot of things that he did, obviously.
Very entertaining.
Very entertaining, but very sad if you want.
Yeah, so TDK does get a couple of votes here. Don't think he gets many throughout the evening, but anyway. 3 votes, John Newcomb. 2 votes, TDK, and the 1 vote to Josh Battle. Next up, we have Collingwood up against the Dogs. Absolute highway robbery this game. I think the free kick count was 33-14.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dogs got robbed. This was their centenary game, I think, as well. But anyway, 3 votes, N. Dacos. 2 votes, Tom Liberatore, and the 1 vote to Sam Darcy. After that, we have the Crows v Essendon, another absolute thrashing. The Crows setting their sights early. Jordan Dawson again with a perfect game here. 3 votes to Jay Dawson, 2 votes to Ben Keys, and the 1 vote to Zach Merritt. After that, we have Port Adelaide up against Richmond. The Power responding after a poor first round. They had Connor Rosie with the 3 votes. 2 votes to Chase Burgoyne and the 1 vote to Mitch Georgiades. Then we had St Kilda up against Geelong. Bit of an upset. This wasn't Marvel, though. Geelong don't really like to go there. Similar to Timmer Hardwick. 3 votes, Rowan Marshall. 2 votes, Jack McRae. And the 1 vote to Jack Higgins. Very good start of the year, Jack Higgins as well. Then we get to Brisbane up against the Eagles. Wasn't really great at performance from the Brisbane Lions, but they did get over the line in the end. We have 3 votes, Lockie Neal, 2 votes, Liam Ryan, and the 1 vote to Josh Dunkley. Then we get to North Melbourne up against Melbourne. This is a good win from North. Thought maybe the tide is about to turn for North.
I was saying, yeah, it's turned. They're gonna win a few games, maybe challenge for the A.
Yeah, that didn't pan out.
Their hopes high.
Yeah, way too early. But anyway, 3 votes to Paul Curtis, 2 votes to Charlie Comben, and the 1 vote to Cade Chandler, the Chin himself.
I'm pretty sure he kicked 3 goals in that.
Yeah, he was one of the few shining lights in that game. Next game we get to is Sydney up against Fremantle. This was the Swans' first win of the year because it was dark scenes early on for me. Nonetheless, we had 3 votes to Chad Warner, 2 votes to Jager O'Meara, and the 1 vote to Josh Tracy. And I think that's the final game of round 2. Yes, it is. So next up, we get to round 3 of the AFL season. First game was Essendon up against Port Adelaide. Oh boy.
Yeah, this is when Essendon had their players and Port Adelaide were just
not good.
Really contemplating why the hell it did it.
Yeah, the succession plan was not a good idea. But anyway, they did get a good couple of wins throughout the year for Ken.
Oh, yeah, but this is when they started questioning it. It's the first time they really started questioning it.
Yeah, I would have too. Anyway, 3 votes went to Sam Durham, 2 votes went to Zach Merritt, and the 1 vote to Jace Burgoyne. Got a couple of votes early on, Jace. After that, we get to the Dogs versus Carlton. 3 votes to Tom Liberatore, had a very good start to the year. 2 votes to Sam Davidson, had a very good start to the year as well in his first year. And 3 votes went to Brody Kemp. I think he kicked 5 goals that night too. After that, we had the Gold Coast up against Melbourne. Matt Rao, first time I think I've seen his name so far tonight. He gets the 3 votes, 2 votes to Took Miller, and the 1 vote to John Noble. Then we get to St Kilda up against Richmond, absolute thrashing this one. 3 votes went to Jack Sinclair, 2 votes to Rowan Marshall, and the 1 vote to Mitch Owens. And next is Lions up against Geelong. Have a pretty good record building for themselves, the Lions over against the Cats. Interesting how that one goes next Friday night. 3 votes to Hugh McCluggage, 2 votes to Will Ashcroft, and the 1 vote to Dane Zorko. Then we had Hawthorn up against the Giants. 3 votes went to Cam McKenzie, 2 votes to Will Day, 1 vote to Lloyd Meek. And then the Crows up against North Melbourne. 3 votes to Isaac Rankin, 2 votes to Jake Saligo, 1 vote to Rory Laird. Then we had the Derby as well. Next up was Caleb Zarong with the 3 votes, 2 votes to Andrew Brayshaw, 1 vote to Luke Jackson. Wouldn't be surprised if we see these 3 names come up in the same game a couple of times throughout the night. And that's the end of round 3 as well. So, good start from a couple of players. Jordan Dawson's had a good start, had already a couple of 3-vote games, but a couple of names haven't really came up as of yet. A couple of players obviously still injured from the start of the year. Marcus Bonson-Pelly, Errol Goulden, Zach Butters, of course, as well. So, a couple of names to keep an eye out for. I mean, you said Tom Green at the start of the year. I did say Nick Dacos. So I think he's been up once so far at this stage.
Well, he didn't start the season, even though Collingwood were playing. He didn't really start getting into the game like round 6. I think it was.
Yeah, I think he'll probably get some votes towards the end of the year as well when Collingwood weren't playing at their best because he was still playing quite well. But let's get to round 4. So, first game of round 4 is Collingwood up against Carlton. Low-scoring affair, but the Pies go over the top of the Blues. 3 votes went to Darcy Cameron, 2 votes to Scott Pendlebury, and the 1 vote to Lockie Schultz. Next game is Cats up against Melbourne. 3 votes went to Zach Guthrie, of all people. Paddy Dangerfield with the 2, Bailey Smith with the 1. After that, we get to Gold Coast v Adelaide. First loss of the year for the Crows. 3 votes still went to Riley Philthorpe, 2 votes to Jared Witts, and the 1 vote to Dan Rioli. Up next was the Tigers up against the Lions. This is actually a pretty good performance from Richmond. I do remember this game. This is the MCG. 3 votes did go to Hugh McCluggage, 2 votes to Will Ashcroft, and 1 vote went to Josh Dunkley. After that, it was the Swans and North Melbourne. Swans winning 2 in a row, and the man, the myth, the legend, Riley Bice with the 3 votes. That was a good game, that one. Will Hayward with the 2 votes and the 1 vote to Tom McCartan. I think that was his first game back in defence, and it was like, let's just leave him there, right, boys? No more playing him in forward. He doesn't see that forward line again. After that, we have the Giants up against the West Coast Eagles. Absolute thumping this one. Jesse Hogan taking full advantage with the 3 votes. 2 votes to Toby Green and the 1 vote to Darcy Jones. After that, we have Port Adelaide v St Kilda. This is Adelaide Oval. Port Adelaide, this is the first time that they lost to St Kilda in Adelaide in a very long time.
Yep.
Jason Horne-Francis with the 3 votes. 2 votes to Nasai Wanganeen Miller, her first time on the list tonight, and the 1 vote to Aaliyah. Fremantle versus Dogs. 3 votes went to Sam Darcy, 2 votes to Caleb Sarong, and the 1 vote to Andrew Brayshaw. Good game he's had a few early starts here, Darcy. That's the conclusion of round 4. So we get to round 5 now, gather round. So don't think we did a review for this round, but I did get the tips screenshotted and the votes screenshotted. So we'll get straight into round 5, and I think then we'll take a look at we'll probably actually get to round 6 and look at the leaderboard. So we'll get through now. So first game, the fingers up for Bailey Smith at the end of it. That was the real story. But the Cats did overrun the Crows at Adelaide Oval. So 3 votes went to Patrick Dangerfield, 2 votes to Max Holmes, and the 1 vote to Tom Atkins. Next game is Collingwood v Sydney. This is fucking shit. I remember sitting in the top, where was it, like on the wing, watching this game, pulling my hair out thinking, why the fuck is James Jordan not locking down on Nick Dacos? He's not doing a very good job of it, and that's why Nick Dacos, you can see here, gets the 3 votes. 2 votes to Darcy Cameron, 1 vote to Isaac Heaney. He kept the Swans in that one for a lot of the night, I remember. North Melbourne v Gold Coast. We have 3 votes, Matt Rao, 2 votes, Noah Anderson, 1 vote to Ben King. I think we've actually seen those 3 players get votes already like that tonight. After that, we had Carlton v West Coast. I think this is Carlton's first win of the year.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a very bad game to actually be at.
It was a shocker. We should have gone down to the Barossa. Or at least it would have been nice scenes to watch a thrashing. Anyway, 3 votes went to Sam Walsh, 2 votes to George Hewitt, 1 vote to Adam Chera. After that, the game that should have been Adelaide Oval. Let's be fucking real. Anyway, Dogs v Brisbane, 3 votes to Hugh McCluggage, 2 votes to Zach Bailey, and the 1 vote to Eric Hipwood for his only good half of a year.
Yeah, it was his only generational game of the season.
Yeah, I mean, he's saving the rest of the final series. You would hope if you're a Lions fan. Next up is Melbourne v Essendon. 3 votes Zach Merritt, 2 votes Nick Martin, and the 1 vote to Sam Draper. Melbourne were in a deep hole right here.
They were 9-5, weren't they, from this spot? They didn't win their first game. They haven't won a game since, I think, the week after.
I think next week they win a game. But yeah, they were playing very poor football here. The other first game on Sunday it was Richmond up against Fremantle. 3 votes went to Josh Tracy, 2 votes to Andrew Brayshaw, and the 1 vote to Shea Bolton. Then we get to St Kilda up against GWS. This was at Norwood Oval, 28 points. This game was well and truly done just after half time.
Yeah.
3 votes to Toby Green, 2 votes to Toby Bedford, and the 1 vote to Lockie Ash. I believe Toby Bedford's reason for his vote was a tagging role, I'm pretty sure. And then I think we get to the final game of Gather Around. It is the Aeroplane 2.0. It was a lot of supporters in the crowd were giving that around to the Hawthorn players as the game is going on. But 3 votes went to the captain Connor Rosie, 2 votes to Zach Butters on return, I believe, and the 1 vote to Jack Gunston just starting his season right up and well. So that is the conclusion of round 5. Let's get to round 6 and then we'll take a look at the leaderboard. So it was Brisbane up against Collingwood. Collingwood really starting to get their season up and going here. Away win. 3 votes to Nick Dacos, 2 votes to Josh, and 1 vote to Steele Sidebottom. After that, we get to North up against Carlton. This was the Easter Friday game, and North Melbourne, if they want to keep this game as a regular scheduled programming, they'd want to start performing in them because they just continue to get smashed in these games.
Yeah, it wasn't a very pretty sight.
No, none whatsoever. Anyway, George Stewart got the 3, Charlie Curnow with the 2, Adam Chera with the 1. After that, we had West Coast and Essendon. The Eagles nearly getting their first win of the year. I think they would get it. I think they would have got it if Essendon had their lineup that they have right now in that game.
Yeah, they would have. And if Eagles actually knew how to win, I think there was a point in the game where they had a chance to. I think it was Luke Ryan had a chance. Luke Ryan, late in the game.
Yeah.
And he had a shot which he should have nailed, and he just missed it.
Not good enough, really.
No.
Ship him off to St Kilda. Anyway, 3 votes went to Peter Wright, 2 votes to Nick Martin, 1 vote to Andrew McGrath. I think Nick Martin could get some votes early on throughout. It's before his ACL injury.
A lot of these players poll early, and probably besides Merritt.
Yeah,
exactly.
They'll get injured. They'll get injured and they're out for the rest of the year. Next up is Melbourne up against Fremantle. This was the D's first win of the year, I believe. So 3 votes went to Cozzy Pickett, 2 votes to Jack Viney, and the 1 vote to Max Gawn. You just think about how many these games that Fremantle dropped early in the year. If they got them, they could have easily finished top 4, even top 2.
Yeah, exactly.
After that, we get to the Crows and the Giants. A very low scoring affair at Adelaide Oval. 3 votes went to Lockie Whitfield, 2 votes to Jordan Dawson, and the 1 vote to Sam Taylor. After that, we get to the Tigers up against the Gold Coast. This was a huge upset. This was top against... They were top of the ladder, the Gold Coast, at this stage. Yeah, but obviously we know Dimmer does not like Marvel Stadium. Anyway,
didn't help that Noah Bolter was allowed to play this game.
Yeah, true.
It was the only night game I think he played all year.
Yeah, I think he wouldn't have played too many others. So 3 votes went to Nick Vlosten, 2 votes to Tim Taranto, 1 vote to Matt Rowell. Sydney v Port Adelaide. Oh, fuck me. Can't believe we let this one slip. It was Aaron Francis' fourth term that nearly got the Swans over the line.
He turned
prime buddy at this point. He was prime buddy in the last quarter. Only good game he played for the whole year. Went back to the reserves, so I think 2 months later. Anyway, 3 votes went to Willem Drew, 2 votes to Zach Butters, 1 vote to Jason Horn-Francis. And I think this is the last game of the round, this one. Dogs v St Kilda. Bontempelli, this I think is his first game back.
With his return game,
yeah, 3 votes. 2 votes to Riley Sanders and the 1 vote to Aaron Norton. No, we've got one more game. Oh, this is Easter Monday's game. So 3 votes went to Jai Newcomb, 2 votes to Bailey Smith, and the 1 vote to Sean Manor. So that should be the conclusion of round 6. It is. So let's take a look at the leaderboard for the first time of the live stream. Well, in meaningful fashion anyway. So looking at it right now, at the conclusion of round 6, we have the leader is Nick Dacos with the 9 votes, along with Hugh McCluggage. Jordan Dawson has 8 votes for the Crows. Toby Green right up there with the 7. Matt Rao with a 7 as well. Couple of 6s there with Merritt Newcomb, Rosie and Bailey Smith, and Brayshaw down the bottom there rounds out the top 10. So looking at it so far, Nick Dacos, even though we said didn't poll a lot early on, he's on top.
A lot of, yeah, I think it's only one of those is best on ground. I think it is. I think it's one best on ground.
I think he's had 2. I think he had 2.
And then I think this is when he starts to have his good period during the middle of the season.
So he may start to pull away a bit.
Yeah, I think this is when he pulls away a bit.
So you guys in the chat, let's have a quick look to see what you guys have been saying in the poll. Trying to have a quick look. Is the poll even still up? I don't know where the poll's gone. What happened to my poll, boys? Has someone taken down my poll? It's all over. The poll's been taken down. Yeah, I don't know where the hell it's going.
Yeah.
So you get it on your screen. I don't get it apparently. Maybe because it's my channel. So it looks like you guys are saying that Nick Dacos and Jordan Dawson equal 31% of the votes out of the 13 of you guys who have voted so far are going to win. So right now, a lot of people looking at this early stages that Nick Dacos is on top. So Jordan Dawson isn't far behind though. He's only 1 vote behind. So he's not exactly out of the race by any means. But still, overall, good start from the Collingwood champion. You think he'll be captain next year?
Nah, I think they'll still go with Dust. Yes, he's had a poor end of the season, but I think his leadership is probably still there. I still think he's not that old yet. I don't think he's ready to pass them over, but he might. It'll be interesting.
I think he will give. I think they will give it to Nick Dacos. I think. Yeah. I do, but let's see what happens. But for now, guys, let's get to our first award of the evening, and it is the channel's goal of the year. So hopefully the mics are on for this part here. Yes, they are. So here, bird. Jesus Christ, sorry, got a bird in the house. So here are the nominations for the goal of the year. We'll get to the clips in a moment, but the goals come from Bobby Hill from the Collingwood Football Club, Ollie Dempsey from Geelong Football Club, along with Max Holmes. So for now, let's get to the nominees. Stands underneath it, gets out the back door to Bobby Hill, tucked up in the pocket. Nothing's against this guy. He may have just kicked goal of the year. Has hardly seen it all day, Bobby Hill. Tucked up against the gutter, and he's kicked a miraculous goal. Trying to get it out of there with Stengel. Oh, he somehow dug it out towards Dempsey, who just blasted high and long. It's going to get close. Oh, I think it's through. No way. Oh, well, it's just been their day, hasn't it? Ollie Dempsey tucked up in the pocket, got the luckiest of bounces. All over the top was Smart, Mullen, now Guthrie. They link up nicely here, the Cats. And now it's the runner in Holmes. He has got Holmes tracking him. Holmes has got him covered. He takes another bounce. He tracks into 50. Max Holmes for a chance for goal of the year. That is brilliant. Alrighty, and the winner of the channel's Goal of the Year award goes to... We should have added a drum roll sound effect. But anyway, the winner is Bobby Hill of the Collingwood Football Club. A lot of you guys actually nominated this one on the polls throughout the week. Bobby Hill's goal from the pocket, I think, out of those 3 choices. Didn't have a lot of Goal of the Year nominations this year, if I'm being honest, but I think that one was the standout for mine.
Yeah, it was a very good goal, and from the freakish angle that it was, to be honest, you didn't really think it was out of the ordinary for him, really.
Yeah. A lot of people... I did like Max Holmes' goal, though. That was a very good run from him. Ollie Dempsey's was a bit of a fluke, I'm going to be honest. But it still was a very nice goal. Got to love it. I think that goal against Essendon was a bit how you doing. Let's be real. Probably should have been stopped on the goal line. But anyway, that is the goal of the year. The first award of the night going to Collingwood's small forward, Bobby Hill. Hopefully everything's all good with him. And we can see him back on the footy field soon. Because I think a lot of people do miss him out there. But for now, let's get back to the votes. We'll start with round 7. So, first game of round 7 was the Anzac Day Eve clash, it does seem. It was Melbourne up against Richmond. Melbourne 2 in a row. They're charging.
Yeah, they love each other.
Yeah, they love each other again. Simon Goodwin is everyone loved him. Best coach in the country. Anyway, 3 votes went to Max Gawn, 2 votes to Christian Petrarca, and the 1 vote to Christian Salem. After that, we get to Collingwood v Essendon in the Anzac Day clash. It was still Sidebottom winning the medal in the end. He got the 3 votes, 2 votes to Jamie Elliott, 1 vote to Josh Dacos. After that, we get to Freo v Adelaide at Optus Stadium. 3 votes went to Andrew Brayshaw, 2 votes to Josh Tracy, 1 vote to Caleb Sarong. After that, we get to St Kilda up against Brisbane at Marvel Stadium. 3 votes went to Lachie Neale, 2 votes to Zach Bailey, 1 vote to Eric Hipwood. Shit, he's got 2 votes at the moment. He's making a big charge at this rate.
Yeah.
He could go and win the medal at this point. After that, it is Port Adelaide up against North Melbourne, Adelaide Oval. Oh, jeez, nearly lost this one too.
Yeah, I remember we probably shouldn't have won in the end. I think, this was when Curtis went down with the suspension.
Very dubious. Wrong.
Wrong.
Anyway, 3 votes went to Zach Butters, 2 votes to Tristan Cherry, 1 vote to Paul Curtis. After that, we get to the Giants v Dogs. This was down in Canberra. This was one of the few games that the Dogs actually beat against the top 8 side.
Yeah.
So 3 votes went to Tim English, 2 votes to Matt Kennedy, 1 vote to James Harms. After that, we get to the Gold Coast v Sydney. This is a tale of 2 halves, this game. Swans actually had a really good first half and then just capitulated, just self-destructed in the second half. Game over. 3 votes went to Bailey Humphrey, 2 votes to Jared Witts, 1 vote to Ben King. Carlton v Cats. This is actually a pretty good game from the Blues.
Yeah, this is when everyone thought that the Carlton were back. They were...
Yeah,
they're going to go to the finals.
Jesus Christ, there's a lot of real false dawns from a couple of clubs early in the year. We had North Melbourne already, Essendon. Now we've got Carlton. Boy, how the season ended for them. Anyway, 3 votes went to Patrick Cripps, 2 votes to Harry Mackay, 1 vote to Nick Haynes. Next up, we get to Hawthorn v Eagles. 3 votes went to Lloyd Meek, 2 votes went to Jack Gunston, 1 vote went to Jai and Newcomb. That is the conclusion of round 7. Don't think you guys need to see the leaderboard. We'll probably get to round 9 or 10, and then we'll cut back to the leaderboard again. So, round 8, let's get through. So, first game was Essendon up against North Melbourne. Close one. Essendon did prevail, but 3 votes still went to Tristan Cherry, 2 votes to Zach Merritt, 1 vote to Nick Martin. After that, we get to St Kilda up against Fremantle. And oh boy, I think Fremantle's season turned around at this point.
Yeah, this is when they turned the corner and they won 12 of the last 10 games or something?
Yeah, a big turnaround. But yeah, they needed it too, or else they were going to miss finals. Justin Longmuir could have been packing for a new job at this point, but still a good performance from the Saints. 3 votes went to Cal Wilkie, 2 votes to Jack McRae, 1 vote to Cooper Sharman. Next up is the Dogs up against Port Adelaide. Oh boy, another one of Port's thrashings throughout the year.
Yeah, this is, I think it was record for score involvement for Tim English. Amazing. I think he 2 or 3 goals.
Yeah, he had a very good game. Tim English with the 3 votes, of course. 2 votes to Ed Richards, 1 vote to Marcus Bontempelli. Next up is Crows up against Carlton. Absolute walloping once again at the Adelaide Oval for the Crows. They got 3 to Jordan Dawson, 2 votes to Isaac Rankin, 1 vote to the defender in Josh Worrell. Josh Worrell, yeah, good for me. After that, we get to West Coast v Melbourne at Optus Stadium. Max Gawn, what a performance this one was. I remember no one watched this game, but Max Gawn still had a standout performance with the 3 votes. 2 votes Christian Petrarca, 1 vote to Jack Viney, because I think everyone was watching this game. Yes, they were. Yeah. So 3 votes went to Patrick Dangerfield, 2 votes to Darcy Cameron, 1 vote to Bailey Smith. And this was when he said after the game as well, this sure beats going down to Ballarat. Anyway, this sure beats playing in front of 5,000 in Ballarat. But anyway, still loved it. Up to that, we had the Swans v Giants. Swans still kept their record intact in Sydney Derbies. I think it was their 5th win in a row. 3 votes went to Chad Warner, 2 votes went to Finn Callahan, 1 vote went to Dane Rampy after his performance against Toby Green. Next up is Hawthorn v Tigers. 3 votes went to Massimo D'Ambrosio, 2 votes to John Newcomb, 1 vote to Jack Ginnivan. Next up is the, the Q-Clash, Lions up against Gold Coast. 3 votes, Josh Dunkley, 2 votes, Will Ashcroft, 1 vote to Hugh McCluggage. And that is the conclusion of round 8. So, what are you guys saying? You thinking Tom Midgley says Jordan Dawson is your vote. Not a bad call. He could be high in the votes this season, I guess you want to call it. Don't think he's polled too many. I think he polled okay 2 years ago. Yeah, would have polled okay 2 years ago. And the Crows, I think our first ever Boundary Riders medal. Obviously, the winner of that was Zach Butters from Port Adelaide. And I mean, you obviously forced me to make him the first winner.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen a Swans winner yet. We could see one tonight, but we'll have to wait and see.
I doubt it, but
well, yeah, well, Sydney could have. Well, it would have been interesting.
I mean, I feel like that you'd have grounds to suspect me of cheating if the Swans player wins it tonight.
Yeah, well, it was. I think the biggest thing for Sydney was how getting Errol Goulden back.
Yeah. So if they trade him for Charlie Curnow, I'll fucking riot. They're not going to do that. But anyway, no. I think every single Swans player has already been linked to a trade with Charlie Curnow. But I personally think if Sydney can't get him for someone if we have to trade away a player for him, if it's any of those four or a Tom Papley who's been mentioned, I wouldn't do it.
No, I don't think the only thing you'd do it for is probably is for maybe a couple of the tools.
I'd do it for an Ollie Florent.
Yeah, or him. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move to round 9. So this is Fremantle up against Collingwood. 3 votes went to Jamie Elliott, 2 votes to Jack Crisp, 1 vote to Jordan Clark. Next up is St Kilda up against Carlton. This was Danny Frawley's game. The Frawley's game. 3 votes went to Harry Mackay, 2 votes to Paddy Cripps, 1 vote to Jack Silvani. After that, we get to Melbourne v Hawthorn. 3 votes to James Worpel, 2 votes to Harvey Langford, 1 vote to Cozzy Pickett. Essendon v Sydney. This was terrible. 3 votes went to Zach Reid, 2 votes to Nick Martin, 1 vote to Andrew McGrath. Gold Coast v Bulldogs. This is up in Darwin. 3 votes to Tom Liberatore, 2 votes to Ed Richards, 1 vote to Bailey Humphrey. Port Adelaide v Crows showdown. Port Adelaide just could get over the line in the end. Connor Rosie with the 3 votes in the showdown medal. A little bit controversial, but I thought he was best on the ground. 2 votes to Riley Thilthorpe, 1 vote to Miles Bergman. Tigers v Eagles. Good game, this one. Right down to... Close game, this one. Wasn't a very good one.
No, it was a horrible game.
Came right down to the wire, though, with a big tackle from Tom Brown in the latter stages to save the game. 3 votes in the end went to the former Tiger in Jack Graham. 2 votes to Tim Taranto. 1 vote to Jamie Cripps. Cats v Giants. The Giants are coming off a couple of tough losses, but they responded to their home away from home.
Yeah, they always seem to respond. When they play against Geelong down the highway, they always seem to respond right about now.
Anyway, 3 votes went to Jesse Hogan. Hopefully they can get him back for finals. 2 votes for Tom Green. 1 vote to Max Holmes. The final game of the round, of course, was a draw. North Melbourne up against the Lions. 3 votes went to Tristan Cherry. 2 votes to Harry Sheasel. 1 vote to Cam Rayner.
I haven't seen him tonight.
Which Harry one? Sheasel? Yeah, he is actually, but obviously... Well, I don't want to spoil it for you later in the year, but does get 3 votes later in the year.
Yeah, I think you couldn't really dispute him getting 3 votes in that game, which we all know we're talking about.
Yes, exactly. So let's get to the votes once again at the conclusion of round 9. So, here we are. So, round 9's voting. At this stage, it does see that we have a new clubhouse leader. It is Jordan Dawson, who's jumped to the top with 11, outright in front of the likes of Max Gawn and Hugh McCluggage up there with the 10 votes. Nick Dacos hasn't increased his tally at this moment. He's got 9. John Newcomb with the 9 along with Connor Rosie. Brayshaw with the 8. Dangerfield right up there with the 8 as well.
He started well until he got his...
that.
Really, you started taking notice of Cameron.
Yeah, that's true. When they started realising, oh shit, he could maybe potentially get 100. Let's go to him. Liberatore's up there as well. Had a very good start to the year with the absence of Marcus Bontempelli, and Nick Martin's right up there too.
Yeah, he had a very underrated season, I think.
Before the injury,
until he got injury. Yeah.
Very good start from him. Obviously, will drop off in about, I think, when's the injury? It was just around the Richmond game, I think it was. So around that point, that's when he will drop off. But let's move on. Let's get to round 10. So round 10, of course, let's get to it right now. First game was Gold Coast up against Hawthorn. The home away from home for the Suns, of course, up in Darwin. 3 votes went to John Noble, 2 votes to John Newcomb, 1 vote to Ben Long. Sydney up against Carlton. This is a Mangrook game. Swans good winners here. 3 votes went to Isaac Heaney, 2 votes to Chad Warner, 1 vote to Brodie Grundy. I think this is when Brodie Grundy's form started to hit peak as well.
Yeah, that's his first vote.
Yeah, I think it is actually.
He does poll.
Couple of really good games coming up though. So next up is Collingwood up against the Crows, of course. They do break the drought later in the year, but the drought still continued at this point. But one thing that's remained the same is that Jordan Dawson, another best on ground performance. He got the 3 votes, 2 votes to Jeremy Howe and 1 vote to Darcy Fogarty. Next up is GWS and Fremantle, and this is like we said, this is when Freo started to turn things around. This is a pretty big upset for mine because they weren't really in good form at this point.
Yeah, this is because it was an away game. It was across the country. They had no hope.
Yeah, and they somehow pulled this out. Yeah. So 3 votes went to the recruit in Shea Bolton. Not really been talked about a lot this year, Shea, but he's going to be a big factor come finals. 2 votes to Caleb Sarong, 1 vote to Frederick. And then Port Adelaide against the Cats. Oh boy, this is a bit of a thrashing.
When Jeremy Cameron turned it on in the last quarter.
Yeah.
I think he 4 in the last quarter or something.
Yeah, had a really good ending to it. 3 votes went to Bailey Smith, 2 votes to Jeremy Cameron, 1 vote to Ollie Dempsey. Bit surprised he didn't get into he didn't get into the squad, did he, Ollie Dempsey, after a very good goal-kicking year from a wingman? Next up, we get to the Dogs up against Essendon. There's a lot of thrashings coming up on the Dogs' point of view. A lot of teams are on the end of these ones. 3 votes went to Bailey Dale, 2 votes to Ed Richards, 1 vote to Riley West. North Melbourne up against the Tigers. North Melbourne getting back onto the winners list. They struggled throughout the year. I think this was their 3rd win, maybe their 2nd. Yeah. 3 votes went to Tristan Cherry, 2 votes to Seth Campbell, 1 vote to Toby Nankervis. Then we had Brisbane Lions up against Melbourne. This was a surprise. Melbourne going and winning over at the Gabba. Obviously, now we know the Lions have we're pretty well struggled at home this year, though.
Yeah.
So this was probably a big sign of it. 3 votes went to Cozzy Pickett, 2 votes to Zach Bailey, 1 vote to Max Gawn. And the final game of round 10, it was the only win of the year for the West Coast Eagles, and they couldn't even get a play to get 3 votes in the win. Anyway, 3 votes went to Rowan Marshall, 2 votes to Bailey Hoff, and the 1 vote to Jack Graham. Let's get to round 11. Next up is Geelong, the revenge game for Bailey Smith. Cats and Dogs. 3 votes, Jeremy Cameron, 2 votes, Matt Kennedy, 1 vote, Brian Myers. Essendon v Richmond. Maybe it wasn't this game that Nick Martin got injured. Maybe it was another game.
I think it was a couple later than this. I think this is when they started losing the players, though.
Yeah. So 3 votes went to Nick Martin, 2 votes to Zach Merritt, 1 vote to Sam Durham. Carlton v GWS, 3 votes to Toby Green, 2 votes to Patrick Cripps, 1 vote to Jesse Hogan. Next up is Hawthorn v Brisbane. This was a bit of a surprise one for mine, but good response from the Lions. 3 votes to Cal Archie, 2 votes to Dane Zorko, 1 vote to Lockie Neal. North Melbourne v Collingwood. Took some time for the Pies to break away, but in the end they found a way. 3 votes to Ned Long, 2 votes to Jamie Elliott, 1 vote to Nick Dacos. Fremantle up against Port Adelaide. A good win this one. 3 votes Luke Jackson, 2 votes Heath Chapman, 1 vote to Murphy Reid. Should be the rising star winner in my eyes.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And then Crows up against West Coast. It wasn't as big a flogging as they've had in previous times, but another 3 votes here for Jordan Dawson. 3 votes to him, 2 votes to Josh Rochelle, 1 vote to Riley Philthorpe. And then we got... Oh, God, this is a fucking shocker.
Yeah, you guys were never in this. This is when Cozzy Pickett... was it the week after he signed his contract? Was it a couple weeks before?
I think it was a couple of weeks. In a couple of weeks, he re-signed. But I do remember this one because Sydney tried to tag him with James Jordan and just couldn't get it. Oh, no, sorry. Sam Wicks went to him, got injured, and then was out, and then Cozzy Pickett just ran amok. It was the only time, really, a player got on top of Sam Wicks throughout the entire year.
Yeah.
So... But Cozzy Pickett definitely deserved 3 votes here. 2 votes to Max Gawn, 1 vote to Christian Petrarca. Well, I think we're right. And then the last game of the round was, St Kilda up against the Gold Coast. 3 votes to Noah Anderson, 2 votes to Took Miller, and the 1 vote to Nasai Wanganeen Miller. So I think it's the second time we've seen him all night so far.
Yeah, Nasai, yeah.
Obviously, end of the year is when he really, truly shines. But when he realises, oh, shit, we can bank in here, and absolutely just squeezes every dollar out of the Saints. That is the conclusion of round 11. So now we get to round 12. And I think before we get to the mark of the year, let's get to the votes and the leaderboard. So where are we? Leaderboard, there we are. Yeah, we included round 12. Is that right?
No, we're at round 12.
Oh, we're at round 12. All right, let's just do round 12 quickly. Go back to round 12. All right. So let's get back to round 12. So next up, we get first game was Brisbane up against Essendon. 3 votes, Hugh McCluggage. 2 votes, Nick Martin. 1 vote to Archie Roberts. Next up, Collingwood up against Hawthorn. I think the only Hawthorn good player in this game was Jack Ginnivan. Didn't get a vote, though.
He seems to always play his best when he plays against Collingwood.
Yeah, I think that's always a good sign to see, I think. Anyway, 3 votes to Jamie Elliott. 2 votes to Steele Sidebottom. 1 vote to Nick Dacos. He's going to have to increase pretty quickly because Jordan Dawson, we already know, has got a couple of 3 votes. 3 votes to Shea Bolton in this win for Fremantle over the Gold Coast away from home. 2 votes to Noah Anderson, 1 vote to Caleb Sarong. Next up, Giants up against Richmond. They got very lucky here, GWS.
This is when Cal Ward did his season and career was...
sadly ended.
Yeah, sadly ended.
Yeah. But the Giants he basically rallied them in that 3/4 time and said, come on, boys, we can't lose to Richmond here.
Yeah, basically. And
basically just pushed Alan Kingsley aside and said, boy, mate, just get out of the way. You just go back to your bicep curls, I'll fucking deal with the team.
Yeah.
Anyway, 3 votes went to Dion Prestia, 2 votes to Lockie Ash, 1 vote to Tom Green. After that, we get to... Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, yeah, this was the...
I don't want to remember this night for a very long time. Swans got absolutely smashed. The Swans got raked through the coals throughout the media, as they deserved, as they got smashed by 90 points against Adelaide, who had a really poor record against the Swans before this point. But
I think this is when it's kind of started looking at this as final tenders by this stage.
Yeah, 3 votes went to Mark Keane, had a very good performance this game. 2 votes to Alex Neil-Bullen, 1 vote to Ben Keys. After that, we get to Melbourne v St Kilda. This was in Darwin. Shouldn't sell your games to Darwin if you're Melbourne, in my opinion. They never win over there. But anyway, 3 votes went to Marcus Winhager. Had a tagging role on Keziah Pickett that game. Also had about 25 or so touches. Very good performance. 2 votes to Cal Wilkie. 1 vote to Nosiah Wanganeen-Miller. So I think he's got 3 games so far he's polled. All 1 voters.
Yeah, this is... Yeah. So, he comes home late.
Yeah.
And he will Brownlow night as well.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know if he can win it though. So after that, we get to Eagles v Cats. This was the WA day or something. They wore that black and yellow jumper. Really liked that design. But anyway, 3 votes went to Bailey Smith, 2 votes to Brian Myers, and the 1 vote to Max Holmes. And that is the conclusion of round 12. So that is next up round 13. But of course, let's take a look at the leaderboard for now. So at the conclusion of round 12... let's take a look at the leaderboard. And at this stage, Jordan Dawson's had a 4-point lead on anyone. He's jumped way out in front. I mean, we're at halfway point of the year. Jordan Dawson's got a pretty nice lead.
Yeah, I think that it's very interesting to see Nick Martin there. Like, you can see how important he was to that side when you don't see Zach Merritt on the top 10 players.
Yeah, well, that's it. Nick Martin had a very good year to before he got injured. You got Jordan Dawson out in front by 4 votes right now. He has got a huge lead. Then we got Max Gawn on 13, equal second with Nick Martin, Hugh McCluggage, and Bailey Smith. Huge logjam there for second place. Nick Dacos needs to find some votes here, only on 11 right now. John Newcomb with 11 as well, along with Tristan Cherry. And then a couple of forwards up there on the leaderboard with Jamie Elliott and Toby Green with the 10 votes to knock out the top 10.
Yeah, it's very interesting at the moment.
At the moment, this is not just a midfielders award.
No.
We've got a ruckman in there. We've got a half-backer in, Nick Martin.
Martin, I think a lot of people were saying, where is Vision? Because he seemed to score so well and do so well wise and just around the ground. He'd bob up for a goal and then have 25 disposals of half-back.
He's pretty much
wing. So
he's an everyman.
Yeah.
As you know, we've got 2 ruckmen in there, 2 small forwards, basically, and a half-backer. And a wingman as well, Hugh McCluggage. So, I'm not saying that the Brownlow Medal is just a midfielder's award and you shouldn't pay attention to it, but you've got a competitor right here. I'm just saying. But for now, let's get to the second award of the night, and that is the Mark of the Year. So, of course, we have 3 potential winners here. The 3 nominees for the Mark of the Year for 2025 for the channel are Jed Walter of the Gold Coast Suns, Mitch Georgiades of Port Adelaide, and Isaac Heaney of the Sydney Swans. Now, you've seen all the nominees. You guys, if you haven't seen it, you'll see them in a moment. But we did put out a video on the second channel showing you guys the marks. Did you like any of them in particular?
I did. They're all pretty good marks. They're all considered, I would say. The one for Jed Walter, just the fact is that him and Mitch contested, and Isaac Heaney just come on sometime during the year. He's always going to get a nominee. Yeah,
exactly. So let's get to the nominees for the Mark of the Year of 2025. Which is early in this one. Went to go to switch it, but decides to drive it. Lova Walter! Oh, what a grab! Right on James Sicily. May well have just taken a top-end special. The Wines goes for the long kick. Up to Georgiades! He's having a game of his life at the moment. What a mark! Swans go straight through the corridor for Isaac. So, the winner of the Mark of the Year for the channel in 2025 is... That's not bad. I think that was better. Jed Walter of the Gold Coast Suns. Is that good? I think that's really good.
That's spot on.
That's spot on.
Yeah.
So I think that one was the mark of the year for the channel. I think that was a great mark. I don't know what the mark of the year nominees are this year. Have they
I've
said them?
not seen them.
I don't think they've said them, but I think that one was very good.
Yeah.
So
it was a very in that sort of conditions up in Darwin.
yeah, exactly. Quite humid.
Yeah.
Very wet hands. Would have been a very solid mark in my eyes. So I think that that's a very worthy winner, Jed Walter. So let's move on. Let's get to the next round, which is round 13, I believe. It is. Good on me. All right. First game of round 13 is Hawthorn up against the Dogs. Hawks getting back into some form here. 3 votes went to John Newcomb, 2 votes to Lloyd Meek, 1 vote to Mabior Chol. Crows v Lions. This is a good game, this one. Tough game. This was when the Crows started to really assert themselves as a potential contender, I think. 3 votes went to Ben Keys, a former Lion. 2 votes to Will Ashcroft, 1 vote to Cam Rayner. After that, we get to the Swans v Tigers. Swans, they're just ready for next year at this point. The season was gone, really.
This is when you thought that they could lose this game.
I did. I thought the Swans could lose this game, but they did respond pretty well. 3 votes went to Nick Blakey, 2 votes to James Jordan, 1 vote to Tom McCartan. After that, we get to Cats and Gold Coast. 3 votes went to Max Holmes, 2 votes to Tyson Stengel, 1 vote to Brian Myers. Next up, Port Adelaide. This is a great response from them.
This is the response game that Port Adelaide have been waiting for.
Yeah, they only had I think 2 more games of the year where they actually had a decent performance. I think there weren't too many more after this.
I don't think we win. I think we only win 1 more game up, maybe 2.
Maybe 2 more wins. I think.
It wasn't.
You get West Coast.
Yeah,
I know you get West Coast.
I think it's West Coast and Gold Coast. They're only other wins for the year.
Oh, it's not looking good for Port Adelaide. But anyway,
no.
3 votes. 3 votes to Zach Butters, 2 votes to Jack Buckley, 1 vote to Tom Green. After that, we get to North Melbourne v West Coast. This was the first of 2 games for North in WA, and they got a win. You got to love to see that. 3 votes to Tristan Cherry, 2 votes to Harry Edwards, 1 vote to Colby McKercher.
I think this is a couple of weeks when he started playing off the halfback.
Yeah, started racking up a lot of touches. So next up is Blues v Essendon. 3 votes to Tom Niconing, the new St Kilda recruit. 2 votes to Jack Silvani, another one who could be a St Kilda recruit. And 1 vote to Nick Martin. So he is creeping up a little bit here.
Yeah.
Next up is the Big Freeze game as well. Very close one. Collingwood just getting over the line by 1 point. 3 votes to Jeremy Howe, 2 votes to Scott Pendlebury, 1 vote to Max Gawn. And that is the conclusion of round 13. Round 14 goes straight into it. Oh, this is a flogging. Dogs handed out a nice little thumping against the Saints. Another Thursday night shocker.
Yeah.
We get a few of them throughout the rest of the night. 3 votes went to Sam Darcy, 2 votes to Ed Richards, 1 vote to Bailey Dale. Friday night, the absolute ice cold game down in Tassie. Everyone,
the roof game.
Yeah, the roof game. Everyone's like, all right, you can have a roof at this point. All right, we get it. 3 votes went to Jarman Impey, 2 votes to Dylan Moore, 1 vote to Sam Berry. Had a good game against John Newcomb, that one. It's a tagging job. Almost got his team over the line in a very low-scoring game. After that, we get to Lions up against Giants, and this is an interesting one. 3 key forwards with the votes here. I remember Cadman and Hogan both kicked bags along with Logan Morris.
I think it was he's kind of like big statement game.
Yeah, this is his announcement into the comp, Aaron Cadman. So 3 votes went to Aaron Cadman, 2 votes to Jesse Hogan, 1 vote to Logan Morris. Oh, here's the thumping.
Oh, yeah, no, thumping.
There we go.
I think this is when it turned for Essendon.
Yeah, this is when it started to go, oh shit, this is going to be a very poor end of the year. Anyway, 3 votes went to Jessa Cameron, 2 votes to Bailey Smith, 1 vote to Max Holmes. Next up is North Melbourne up against Fremantle. Almost got over the line in their second home game in WA. 3 votes to Caleb Sarong, 2 votes to Andrew Brayshaw, 1 vote to Harry Sheasel. Second time for the year, I think we've seen Harry Sheasel. Port Adelaide up against Melbourne. Okay, so they got another win here.
Oh, right, yeah.
So Port Adelaide win this one over the D's. 3 votes to Mitch Georgiades, 2 votes to Asava Radikalia, and 1 vote to Jason Orne-Francis. And I think this is the last game of the round. Eagles up against Blues. 3 votes to George Hewitt, 2 votes to Adam Chera, 1 vote to TDK. And then we get to round 15. I think this will be the last game before we check the leaderboard once again. So, Fremantle up against Essendon. Here we go. This is when the downfall starts to come. A couple of floggings on the end of the black and red here. So, 3 votes to Luke Jackson. What the hell's happened here? Just want to make sure it's live on stream. I think we're okay. I think it's just buffering a bit on my end. But anyway, 3 votes to Luke Jackson, 2 votes to Caleb Sarong, 1 vote to Jordan Clark. Yeah, looks like we're fine. Geelong up against Brisbane, breaking the drought down at the Cattery as well, by the way. 3 votes to Logan Morris, 2 votes to Cam Rayner, 1 vote to Dane Zorko. I tipped that game as well, by the way.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
That was the game that I tipped. Next up is the Blues up against North Melbourne. North Melbourne, big win this one.
Yeah, a few people saw this coming, that Carlton were just not in it. Just tell that their minds weren't really focused on it. And North Melbourne were just going to play this game like they were going to win. And
yeah, the scoreboard definitely flatters them because they were up by like 40-odd points at three-quarter time, the Roos, too.
And Carlton decided, if we lose,
by any more,
we'll be the headline for the week.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, 3 votes went to Tom Powell, 2 votes to Toby Pink, 1 vote to Luke Parker. Yeah, we got it back here. The Swans up against Port Adelaide.
This is what, Errol Goulden's 2nd or 3rd game back from injury?
No, this is his first game back.
Oh, no, yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, back. The first game back at Adelaide Oval, sitting in the crowd. This one, I remember this. Sitting in amongst all these Port Adelaide fans who were trying to give it to us, and we still won. Even though we kicked like absolute dog shit throughout the whole night.
What was the Marty's 8 behinds or something? 6
behinds. Three complete misses.
3 complete misses, that's it,
yeah. 3 votes to Brodie Grundy, 2 votes to Cal Mills, 1 vote to Isaac Heaney. Where are we? There we are. Collingwood up against St Kilda. 3 votes to Darcy Cameron, 2 votes to Nick Dacos, 1 vote to Nasiah Wanganeen-Miller. Has he got anything more than 1 vote so far? I don't think he has.
Because St Kilda weren't. Well, I think in each of they've only won 1 of the 3 games.
Yeah.
But this is when he starts turning, and this is when I think Nick Dacos starts coming into it as well.
Yeah, so you still give him a chance here.
Yeah.
After that, we get to the Giants up against the Gold Coast. The Giants came home like a steam train in this game to overrun the Gold Coast. 3 votes to Tom Green, 2 votes to Noah Anderson, 1 vote to Took Miller. And then the Dogs just handed out another thumping, this time to the Tigers. 3 votes to Marcus Bontempelli, 2 votes to Sam Darcy, 1 vote to Tim English. That is the conclusion of round 15. So let's take a look at the leaderboard once again. So at this stage, the leaderboard, we are looking at the conclusion of round 15. Yeah, thank you, because I'm going to forget. 15. All right, the conclusion of round 15. So at the moment, Jordan Dawson holds the lead, but he
didn't poll a vote.
Didn't poll a vote in those couple of weeks. So a couple of people are creeping up on him. You have him still on 17 votes, Jordan Dawson. Then we have Bailey Smith coming from behind. Does miss a few games throughout the year.
Yeah.
So we've got to remember that. He's on 15. Max Gawn right there on 14, along with Nick Martin, who's in currently equal 3rd spot with Jai Newcomb, Caleb Sarong, Tristan Cherry as well. Nick Dacos right down the list there. Still only 4 votes behind, though. Hugh McCluggage on the 13th. And surprising one there is Jack Buckley, up to 12 votes.
I thought that was a typo.
You thought that was a typo?
I thought it may have been Dunkley, not Buckley.
That's interesting. Jack Buckley right up there in the votes. He had a good year.
He had a very underrated year.
Yeah.
I think that he missed a few games when, really showed that they needed a lot of defensive depth for Giants that may have pushed them.
Yeah. Well, I think they can be a danger from outside the top 4. I think they can.
To be honest, I think they're the only team that can.
You can't see Fremantle.
I can't see Fremantle. I want this fairy tale finish for the Fife, but I just don't see it. They'd have to go on a huge run, and Hawthorn, I don't think
they have to beat the Giants first.
Yeah, and the thing is that I don't trust the Totals. I don't think the Gold Coast. You can't expect them.
Yeah, I think if anyone's making up the numbers, it's the Suns, to be fair. So let's get back to it, though. The conclusion of round 15, getting into round 16. Let's get into it. First game is the Power up against the Blues. Big thumping. So Port Adelaide did get a couple of wins, actually. It's not the end of the world. Oh, I think I have to change it. Did I not change it? No, good call. Thank you. All right, so let's get back to it. So Port Adelaide up against the Blues, first game of round 16. This was the game just before the DDF live show, I believe. We went to
where we got to see
Dan shave his head.
Yeah. It was a funny game.
It was a very funny game.
They were never in it, Carlton. They just didn't want to be there. To be honest, they didn't want to be there.
Oh, we've got some famous people in the chat. Stat Chat boys, how are we? Thought we were winding back the clock to the early 2000s with Nathan Buckley there. No, that is Jack Buckley. Don't worry. A couple of people will be surprised. Yeah, Jack Buckley is on the list at this stage. 12 votes. He could poll a few more. Who knows? I mean, he could make a late charge to win the whole thing. So Miss Georgiades with a 3, 2 votes to Connor Rosie, 1 vote to Zach Butters. We got the mic back on. You got your mic on, don't you? Yeah. All right, we're all good. It's all right. Just had to fix that up. You think Caleb Sarong wins? Famous is a stretch, not the ones in the semi-final of the Creator Classic. Yeah, no, I'm pretty famous too, I agree, but no, you guys are the famous ones. You're the ones with more subscribers than me. Caleb Sarong could be a bit of a run, Soph. Don't mind that call. Anyway, next game is Swans up against the Bulldogs. This pretty much ended the Swan season.
Yeah, this was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
You still had a mathematical chance, but I think you just knew that you had to win every game.
Yeah, and this one kind of ruined it. And we probably could have won this game too if we played better.
In some ways, you could have won it. Really. Yeah. I think again you kicked horribly in front of goal.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think that was the reason why we lost it, which is just perfect. Typical Swans throughout the year. Just off throughout a lot of the season, which is really what cost us. But anyway, 3 votes in the end went to Joel Frazier. This is a really good performance from him too. Just really showing why so many teams skipped on him in the votes. Picked in the draft. They should have picked him up. 2 votes to Isaac Heaney. 1 vote to Brody Grundy. Starting to get a couple of votes now, Brody. Gold Coast up against Melbourne. So we can see there, Jake Melksham, the milkshake, with the 3 votes.
First time that he's shown his face up tonight.
Yeah, I know, and I think it's pretty poor form from us that he didn't get more.
I think it was funny that they waited so long to re-sign him for another season. I think that was 3 years.
Yeah, I mean he's he's one of the highest goal scorers. Anyway, 2 votes went to Matt Rao, 1 vote to John Noble. After that, we get to Hawthorn v North Melbourne.
Yeah, this was not a great day down in Tadley.
No, but Jack Gunston would say it was pretty nice. He got the 3 votes, 2 votes to John Newcomb, 1 vote to Mabior Chol. Next up, we get to Pies v Eagles. Not a very good performance from the Pies, but they were able to get over the line in the end. This is when I think a lot of people really should have started to see that the Pies were falling off a little.
Well, it also was the first game since the win for the Eagles. They really started to look as a good side under them.
Yeah. Anyway, we got 3 votes to Scotty Pendlebury, 2 votes to Nick Dacos, 1 vote to Liam Baker. Next up is Crows v Tigers, 3 votes to Dan Curtin. This is when we started to see the emergence of the young wingman.
Yeah.
I don't think he should win the Rising Star. This is one of his first good games.
This is when he went on that good run to put his face up for the Star.
Yeah, I mean, if this was judged based on this round to the end of the year, then I think Dan Curtin should win it. Yeah. But based on the whole season, I think Murphy Reid. Anyway, 2 votes went to Jordan Dawson, 1 vote to Riley Thilthorpe. First time we've seen Jordan Dawson in a couple of rounds, so good to see him back. Next up is Fremantle up against St Kilda. 3 votes went to Jordan Clark, 2 votes to Rowan Marshall, 1 vote again to Naz.
Yeah.
And that's the conclusion of round 16. Round 17, might as well go straight on. We've got Dogs up against Roos. This is another shocking Thursday night contest.
Yeah, it was the centenary game.
Yeah, I think it was, again.
Don't know why they wanted to play against the Dogs.
Yeah, anyway. 3 votes went to Tom Liberatore, 2 votes to Colby McKercher. He plays for the Roos, sorry about that. And the 1 vote to Marcus Bontempelli. Next up is Blues v Pies. 3 votes to Nick Dacos, 2 votes to Darcy Cameron, 1 vote to Jamie Elliott. After that, we get to West Coast v GWS. 3 votes to Finn Callahan. This is a great performance from him. 2 votes to Josh Kelly. 1 vote to Toby Green. That's when, I don't know if everyone remembers that, but I remember that Finn Callahan stayed out on the ground over the top of the Giants song they were singing in the rooms while he was still outside giving photos to fans and stuff. Very good to see from him. I think he's going to be a star of one of the top 5 or 10 players in the comp in the next few years. Massive player he is. Then we get to Essendon v Gold Coast, and this will probably be the last time we see a 3-voter from an Essendon player. I don't think we're going to see many more than this.
There wasn't many times we've seen Merida.
Yeah, the second ever Boundary Riders Medalist has not been seen very much tonight.
No.
Neither is Zach Butters, really. He got a couple of votes in there, but hasn't been seen a lot since. So 3 votes to Zach Merritt, 2 votes to Joel Jeffrey, 1 vote to Noah Anderson. After that, we get to Cats v Tigers. The fact that these guys get to play the Tigers twice is ridiculous.
Yeah. And this is the game that Bailey was a laid out, I remember.
Yeah, he was a laid out too. So he does miss out on a couple more votes here, potentially. So 3 votes to Jezza Cameron, 2 votes to Brian Myers, 1 vote to Max Holmes. After that, we get to Lions v Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide put up a pretty good performance in this one.
Yeah.
3 votes to Zach Bailey, 2 votes to Hugh McCluggage, and the 1 vote to Zach Butters, the inaugural winner of the Boundary Riders Medalist, if you haven't heard already. After that, there he is, top of the table. There's Naz. So St Kilda up against Hawthorn. 3 votes to Nasai Wangani and Miller. 2 votes to Max Hall. 1 vote to Josh Battle.
Funny that he gets the first 3 voter for him.
Yeah, well, if he wants to win it, he's going to have to get votes in losses too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him. Next game is Swans up against the Dockers. There we go. Another win.
When the Dockers, the media decided to free out the flag.
Yeah.
They're done.
They're all done. They're over. They're done. But 3 votes went to the tagger in James Jordan after his performance against Caleb Sarong. Mostly because I said, you tag Caleb Sarong, you beat Fremantle. And finally someone listened to me.
Yeah.
It was my team, of course. So good on me. But obviously 3 votes went to James Jordan. 2 votes to Errol Goulden. 1 vote to Brodie Grundy. Next up, it's the Crows up against Melbourne. This is a good game, this one. Melbourne really jumped out of the blocks. The Crows clawed their way back and eventually held on. 3 votes to Isaac Rankin, 2 votes to Mark Keane, 1 vote to Daniel Turner. And that is the conclusion of round 17. So let's get to round 18, and then we have the Flog of the Year award. So next up is the Lions and Blues. 3 votes went to Josh Dunkley, 2 votes went to Lockie Neal, 1 vote to Will Ashcroft. After that, we get to the Gold Coast and Collingwood. Probably, arguably, the most important game in the Gold Coast tenure, really. Their most important win. Probably their biggest win to date.
Their first standalone prime.
No, probably.
Friday?
Yeah. 3 votes went to Matt Rao. 2 votes went to Josh Dacos. Almost got his team over the line in the end. Probably would have got 3 votes if they won.
The record-breaking 4th. And
Yeah.
they choked him through the midfield, and it was like...
Only for 1 game.
Yeah,
they still haven't. They really didn't do it much after that.
No.
And then 1 vote to Noah Anderson. After that, we get to Bulldogs v Crows. 3 votes to Marcus Bontempelli, 2 votes to Jordan Dawson, 1 vote to Riley Philthorpe. So Bontempelli getting 3 votes in a loss there. Beats out the Jordan Dawson, who's been leading for a lot of the night.
He got 80 plus 3 goals in that.
Yeah, he was one of the only players who actually played well for the Dogs that day. So he got the 3 votes. He's done that so many times in his career. Giants v Cats. I mean, the Giants just have the wood over the Cats. If they meet them in finals, I mean, do they play them? No, they can't play them unless they make the granny.
No, prelim.
Maybe a prelim. If they lose the first one, GWS win through.
Yeah, Geelong win and Giants go all.
Well, I'd be scared if I'm the Cats if that happens. Yeah. 3 votes to Aaron Cadman, 2 votes to Lockie Whitfield, 1 vote to Brian Myers. Tigers v Essendon. Oh, this was a fucking shocker.
You just realise.
Oh boy.
Essendon have no hope for the rest of the year.
Was this one? Hang on, sorry. We'll get to the end of the round. 3 votes to Tim Taranto, 2 votes to Jaden Short, 1 vote to Zach Merritt. After that, Fremantle up against Hawthorn. Freo just really starting to assert themselves as one of the teams in the comp, one of the good teams in the comp. 3 votes to Andy McGrath, 2 votes to Carl Amon, 1 vote to Jordan Clark. Next up is Melbourne and North Melbourne. 3 votes to Christian Petrarca, 2 votes to the Milkshake, Jack Milksham. He's back in now. He's locked in. He's suddenly ready to go. He's got 5 votes, I think, now.
Yeah.
He's taken over a few people. And 1 vote to Christian Salem. Next up, Swans just got over the line in this game. I remember it.
I remember you telling me that you had no right to win this game.
We had no right to win this game, but one player who deserved the win was Brodie Grundy. 3 votes for him, 2 votes to Callum Wilkie, 1 vote to Marcus Winhager. And the last game of the round, Port Adelaide didn't have any right to win this one, even though they won by 26 points in the end. 3 votes to Zach Butters, 2 votes to Jason Horne-Francis, 1 vote to Joe Richards. First votes for him for the night, I think, as well.
Yeah, I remember this game that Butters in the first quarter had 16 or so, and he just dominated, and they had to choke it half on.
Yeah,
and
still had a pretty good night.
And West Coast, they're like in a lot of games in the second half,
couldn't finish.
They just couldn't finish, and they just didn't have enough.
Yeah, which probably isn't great for them. Let's be real, but anyway, that is the conclusion of round 18. So, what have you guys said in the chat? I missed the start of the count, but thoughts on whether a West Coast player polls more than 5 votes? I'm taking the under. Oh, Jack Graham's got a couple of votes.
I think he got 4.
He's definitely had a 3-vote game in the so far this year.
Yeah, because he polled 3 earlier game. The win, he polled 1. So I think he's leading West Coast 4.
Yeah, he's close.
Sure, yeah.
Liam Baker's got a few as well, but I think that's probably about it. And funnily enough, the game when they won for West Coast, they didn't get a 3-voter. I think Rowan Marshall got that one. But anyway, let's get to the leaderboard before we get to the channel's Flog of the Year nominations and the winner. So let's take a look at the leaderboard. So at the conclusion of round 18, I remembered this time. Good on me. I'm almost like I'm a professional here. So at the conclusion of round 18, the conclusion. Oh no, yes, we got to check round 18. Yeah. Yeah, well, I just forgot. I went over one round. Whoop-de-doo. We'll be fine. I think everyone will survive. Yeah. So, at the conclusion of round 18, Jordan Dawson still holds the lead, but he's definitely slowed down in getting votes here.
Yeah, the one player I don't see on that list, or Matty Rao.
True. There's no Gold Coast player on this list at the moment. Could there be one that has a bit of a run? That means they're gonna have to make up 7 votes just to even draw with Jordan Dawson at this moment.
Yeah, and interesting too, the rating was Butters and Merritt are both on, which is very surprising. It doesn't seem like they've polled a lot, but they're both in the top 10.
Well, they've snuck up on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jordan Dawson still holds the lead. He's held it throughout the majority of the night. Every single time we've checked the leaderboard, I think other than once early on, Jordan Dawson has the lead. Yeah. He's on 21. He has 3 votes clear of Nick Dacos. So he's starting to catch back up. Like you said, he would catch back up. Bit of a surprising one for some. Jai Newcomb's up there in 3rd spot. He's on 16. Zach Butters, even though he missed the first 4 or 5 games of the year, is up there. He's on 15. So could he make a late charge? Maybe. Hugh McCluggage is there as well with the 15 along with Bailey Smith. Max Gawn's kind of dropped off a bit of a cliff. Hasn't got many as of late.
Yeah, they've needed some big...
Yeah, I think if they had a few more wins, Max Gawn would probably be the ones who are getting him over the line. Nick Martin's still on the list, but this would have been after the injury. So Zach Merritt's trying to catch up behind him. And Caleb Sarong, thought he'd be a little bit higher up, but he's only on the 14 at this stage, rounding out the top 10.
Even Eddie
McGrath, you thought he'd be up there? He's got a couple of votes this time. But Nasai Wanganeen Miller, I think, on Naz Watch, I think he's on 7 at this stage. He's definitely got I think, 4 or 5 games where he's got 1, and he's got 1 3-vote game.
Yeah, I think about to say.
Yeah, so he's going to have a massive run from here. So, in a serious...
This is when he goes into the, Messiah.
Yeah, the Messiah. Anyway, so... What's it say? Bobby in chat says the best chance for the Eagles is Liam Baker. I think it probably is. I think that with the suspension of Jack Graham throughout the year as well, I think Liam Baker is probably the best chance. Yeah, for the Eagles best and fairest. That's where That's how we're judging the best and fairest this year. Is based on our votes. But for now, guys, let's get to the channel's Flog of the Year. Now, this is a segment that we brought in last year for the podcast, where every single week in the podcast we go over the biggest flog act from something that's happened in the AFL world. Now, usually, it has something to do with the media space. That's what we usually try and grasp it on. Every now and then a player pops up. I think even you got a nomination last year.
Yeah.
Didn't win it, though. Last year's winner, I believe, was Mitch Cleary for his trade rumour regarding Patrick Dangerfield going back to the Crows.
Yeah, which was never going to happen.
Which was never going to happen. Was not even any point of bringing it up. It was just a wasted time, just dead air. Fucking gas bagging. Get over it. I could make up that rumour and no one would believe me. But because he's a journalist, we have to take it as some sort of fact. But we have 3 pretty big nominations this year. So, let's get to the nominations. We have Caroline Wilson of, what do they call it? The Agenda Setters, the worst television show regarding football. The amount of bullshit crap they've made up on that fucking show. And the amount of things that she's got wrong this year, by the way. Or, wrong, or what do you want to say. She's made up some pretty fucking bullshit stories. Her nomination for this year's Flog of the Year is regarding her reporting on Bobby Hill. This is only a couple of weeks ago when she was basically just laying out all his dirty laundry on TV that no one had any right to know.
Yeah.
So she got her... We'll play the clip in a moment, but that's her nomination. In the middle, maybe someone no one really knows. I do know her. I've seen her a few times on Channel 7 because it's from SA. But this is a person by the name of Lauren Rose. Her nomination is for her gatekeeping... what do you call it? The door-stopping Jack Ginnivan at the airport with the most dog shit interview I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, it was very, what do you call it? Cringe.
Yeah, it was cringe, definitely. And the last nomination here is Nick Rewalt for his threatening to almost sue Dan Gorringe for a video that he made. So let's get to the full nominations for this year's Flog of the Year.
Tell us about where that's...
I'm really concerned about Bobby Hill and what's going on in his life. Can we have a listen to what Craig McRae did say about him after the game?
Bobby's getting better every day. Not sure he'll be available next week, but it's pleasing to have him back this week training hard for us. And we might strengthen up a little bit, especially with someone like Howie available.
Did Hill join the group yet?
No, he didn't come over.
Because there was a story going around that he flew to Adelaide.
Yeah, there was no expectation on that, no.
I can tell you the expectation. I think Bobby Hill was planning to go to Adelaide. I can't tell you exactly what happened that stopped him going from Adelaide. I do know that his family is really worried about him. His friends are really worried about him. Now, we know he had a marriage issue. I gather his partner and his family is back.
There's personal reasons why he's not playing at the moment, but there's concern around him. Yeah.
Well, and then it became about his fitness. He's one person he's always been really close to is his cousin Brad Hill. I understand there's been a falling out there between the two families, partly I think because Brad Hill attempted to perform some form of intervention and actually reached out to the Collingwood Football Club. He was so worried about his cousin. I don't think that went down too well with Bobby Hill, and I think that there have been days when he's just been uncontactable by anyone, days leading to even a week at some point. I mean, talk about fitness, talk about the family and the personal issues, but I think it's getting a bit more serious than that, and I think people are really worried about Bobby Hill's welfare. And taking the football aside, because Collingwood badly need him and they need him playing well, this is far more serious than that now, and I think I hope people, the right people, are intervening.
Collingwood are very well structured. They'll rally around him, and let's hope he can make it back.
Being great Crows fans last night. Are you a sore loser?
Do you think I'm going to speak to you?
Haven't you just? Why are you laughing?
Because you're embarrassing. Imagine trying to stop me at the airport.
Are you embarrassing? Giving the Crows fans the middle finger because they've won and you've lost?
The flog of the week this week is going to St Kilda champion, now media pundit, Nick Riewoldt. So we'll paint the picture. So the way this started was Nick Riewoldt made some very strong criticism regarding Jamara Ugle-Hagan. He basically said that the Bulldogs should look at their future without a former number one pick, especially with the light of his social media scrutiny. Then Jamara's response to Nick Riewoldt by changing his profile picture on Instagram to an X-rated photo of the St Kilda great. That's basically where it's at. Now, Daniel Gorringe made a video on it. It's like he always does. He makes his funny little video making fun of the whole situation. Now, apparently Nick didn't like that at all, of Daniel Gorringe doing that, and to the point where he got his legal team to tell Dan Gorringe to remove the post. I'm sorry, have you got the smallest balls in the fucking planet, Nick? Get over it. How much of a fucking sook do you have to be to get a legal team or your team? I can't believe there's a fucking team, bro. You're a fucking person who works in the media. Why do you have a team for anything? To fucking message some guy who does a podcast to say, can you stop talking about me, please? I don't like it. Hey, if you don't want X-rated photos to circulate about you, don't send them to people. And the winner of the 2025 Flog of the Year Award goes to, for the third time lucky, that's probably the worst yet, Lauren Rose with her Jack Ginnivan interview. Oh boy, was that one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it was very bad day for SA.
Yeah.
SA resident.
I mean, she should be shipped off at this point. Ship her off to a different country.
Whoever it was that forced her to do that. If it was her to do it, like, well...
I mean, I feel partly a little bit sorry for her because she did that interview and someone's probably told her to go interview Jack Ginnivan. But I can't see a world where they told her to go through that line of questioning. That just seems shit for me. I think she's read like 3 comments on Facebook and thought, oh yeah, this is how everyone feels. And it's like, no, that's not how everyone feels. You're just fucking cringe and this is dog shit journalism in my eyes. But anyway. That is the Flog of the Year winner, Lauren Rose, Channel 7 News SA. We're proud to name her. Good on her. Yeah, my hero. Anyway, let's get back to the voting. She'll clever just because that went for about 5 minutes. Quickly go back to the leaderboard quickly. So, at the conclusion of round 18, it is the Adelaide Crows captain in Jordan Dawson who currently holds the lead by 3 votes on Nick Dacos with 18. But for now, let's get back to it. So, round 19. We're getting to the pointy end of it right now. Giants v Essendon. Oh, God. Can we stop giving Essendon prime time, please?
I think that was their glaring thing about the second half of the season. Prime time Friday night game got.
Yeah, nobody fucking... They all sucked as well. 3 votes went to Tom Green, 2 votes to Jake Stringer, 1 vote to Kieran Briggs. After that, we get to Dogs v Lions, and the Lions with a good win here. 3 votes to Will Ashcroft, 2 votes to Josh Dunkley, 1 vote to Bailey Dale. Hawthorn v Port Adelaide. The Hawks finally got their revenge on Ken. Ken took it in good spirits, though.
And Guinea's celebration
Yeah,
at the end.
it was a classy celebration, I thought.
Yeah.
So 3 votes went to Dylan Moore, 2 votes to Jarman Impey, 1 vote to Jordan Sweet. The amount of times they call him Sweetie. Fucking Dwayne Russell. I understand. It's like, oh, Sweetie. It's like, anyway, that's a little annoyance I have. Yeah, true. Next game, Swans v Roos. Swans should have won this one by a whole lot more, but anyway. 3 votes to Isaac Heaney, 2 votes to Sam Wicks, 1 vote to Brody Grundy. Blues v Demons. So this was one of the last few games the Blues actually won and actually looked decent. And they didn't even deserve to win this game, I don't think. I think the D's dominated most statistics and the Blues just got over the top in the end.
Yeah, I think.
But anyway, 3 votes went to Cozzy Pickett, 2 votes to Jacob Wiedering, 1 vote to Ashton Moyer. Eagles v Tigers. This was very disappointing from the Eagles. I thought they would have actually got their second win here.
This is when most people win.
Yeah. Anyway, 3 votes went to Tim Taranto, 2 votes to Jacob Hopper, 1 vote to Jack Ross. Unfortunately, I'm assuming it's Josh in the chat from Sat Chat, I believe. I'm going to guess. It's either you or BT. I'm assuming it's Josh, but I don't know if West Coast get many more. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, I can't really get run.
Yeah. Actually, no, I think they get one with maybe the Crows game. They may have had a vote there.
But they weren't in many games.
Yeah. We'll get to the leaderboard after this game, AFL fan. We've been going through it throughout the night, though, but we'll go into after this round. We'll probably do it every round from this point, to be fair. 3 votes to Max Holmes, 2 votes to Naz. He's coming home. Here we go. He's coming home with a steam it's like a steam train, I feel. And 1 vote to Sean Manor. Next up is Dockers. Australia won this day against the Pies.
This is when they thought that Freo may have a chance.
Yeah.
This is Collingwood.
This is the Collywobbles.
Yeah, this is when Collywobbles started to show up.
3 votes went to Caleb Sarong, 2 votes to Nick Dacos, 1 vote to Patrick Voss. A little bit unlucky there. I thought I may have done a little bit better with the 6 goals. Probably should have got maybe in hindsight may have got a few more votes. But hey, like the umpires, we got to do this straight after the game. We do look at the statistics. I'm sorry. Deal with it. Our next game is Crows up against Gold Coast. An absolute thrashing. Alex Neil-Bullen with the 3 votes. 2 votes to Josh Worrell. 1 vote to Matt Rowell. And a 61-point loss. That's good performance from Matt Rowell.
I think, because I think he was the only one who actually performed in the first half.
He was the only one who left the airport.
Yeah, he was the one who left the airport on time.
That is the conclusion of round 19 to round 20. So let's take a look at the leaderboard at this moment in time. So the leaderboard at the conclusion of round 19, we have Jordan Dawson in front by 1 vote. But with that Caleb Sarong 3 vote game, he's jumped up to 3rd. So it shows how close this leaderboard is.
Yeah, and I think it shows that Newcomb didn't really the heights that he started it.
Yeah, no, I agree. But you can see there Nick Dacos with the 2 vote game did jump into second by only 1 vote. He's only 1 behind Jordan Dawson now. So we can see there Jordan Dawson on 21, Nick Dacos on 20, Caleb Sarong on 17. 4 votes isn't that far away with 5 rounds to go. Yeah. You got Newcomb in 16, Butters probably a bit far now, 15. McCluggage on 15 as well. Bailey Smith has kind of dried up. Hasn't seen a lot since.
He does. I know he finishes the season well.
Yeah.
He could poll a few.
Yeah.
But that's Nasiah coming home with something.
Yeah, like you mentioned a bit earlier with the Gold Coast, Rao's got a couple of votes in the last few. Still not on the list.
And neither Anderson.
Neither is Anderson as well.
Hasn't polled
much.
No.
Yeah, which is a bit surprising. Look, I'm sorry, guys. We're not the same as the Brownlow. We're not the same as the Coaches Association. We don't look at them. This is our votes. This is our reward. But it's for you, and it's better than the Brownlow, so shove it right up, yeah. Anyway, let's get to round 20. First game, Hawthorn up against the Blues. Hawthorn win pretty comfortably in the end. 3 votes to James Sicily. I think it's the first time he's got votes this year.
Yeah, remember he had starts the season.
You trying to insinuate something like he was on drugs?
I think he was. I think he was dropped. I think that they just decided to give him a couple of weeks off with a slightly. But when he came back, he did pretty much start away.
Yeah. 2 votes went to Jarman Impey, 1 vote to Jack Gunston. After that, we get to... Oh, God, stop giving Essendon prime time. I've already said it, I think.
This was a horrible game as well.
Yes, definitely. Anyway, 3 votes went to Sam Darcy, 2 votes to Marcus Bontempelli, 1 vote to Aaron Norton. Giants v Sydney. Giants finally breaking the drought in the Sydney Derby. 3 votes went to Finn Callaghan, 2 votes to Harry Himmelberg, 1 vote to Lockie Whitfield.
Famous Toby Fat sledge.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the all-time sledges against Tom Papley. That was awesome. I thought that was actually going to make the Swans go harder in the second half.
But
and they
made the Giants do.
Yeah, exactly. It made the Giants just come out with fire in their bellies, just run over the top of the Swans. Next game is Gold Coast up against Brisbane. Matt Rowell with the 3, 2 votes to Noah Anderson, 1 vote to Bailey Humphrey. Surely Matt Rowell hits the leaderboard next after the round. Yeah, surely. Next one, Freo up against the West Coast. Hayden Young, God, they've missed him this year. I think he can be the difference in finals.
He's a very big wild card for Freo.
Yeah. Murphy Reid with the 2 votes, 1 vote to Andrew Brayshaw. Oh, God, North Melbourne, bro.
Well, there wasn't, there was a lot of floggings, but there wasn't many 100s.
Yeah, it was always the 90. I think teams felt a little bit sorry for their opponents. They're like, look, we'll just drop off a bit here, boys.
Didn't really care.
Yeah, they didn't. Jezza Cameron was on fire with the 11 goals. Yeah. Of course, gets the 3. 2 votes to Bailey Smith, 1 vote to Max Holmes. After that, we get to the... Oh, this was a close one too. Close to the 100. Crows obviously thumping Port Adelaide in Kenny's last showdown. Thought they would have done a bit better for him. I tipped them.
Yeah, it was a very wet game at Adelaide. So I think the Crows in the last quarter nailed it out to 98 points.
Yeah, it was really not very good for the power.
No.
Anyway, 3 votes went to Riley Thilthorpe, 2 votes to Jake Saligo, 1 vote to Jordan Dawson. Then we have Tigers up against Collingwood. 3 votes to Nick Dacos, 2 votes to Josh Dacos, and 1 vote to Nick Vlosten. St Kilda up against Melbourne. This was the game. This is Nasiah the Messiah. He got the 3, of course, Naz. 2 votes to Max Gawn, 1 vote to Jack Viney. And that is the conclusion of round 20. So let's get back to the leaderboard. Because I think, from recollection, that we may have a new leader. We do. For the first time since I think the opening rounds of the year, Nick Dacos has taken the lead over Jordan Dawson. So, like you said, he does come home with fire in his belly. Nick Dacos, he's done very well. He's caught right up. He's jumped into top spot. He is only 1 vote clear of Jordan Dawson, who does have a couple of good games coming up, I believe.
Yeah, it's a very interesting round, that one. And as you see now, the 2 Gold Coast players have come up to the leaderboard, and just as I remember, they do have the game in stage.
That is very true. They have a game against Essendon at the end of the year, so they are 1 game behind everyone.
And so it's very interesting. Bailey's obviously polled against getting up there with the top. You can see players like they perform late in the season. You think that Nick Dacos are going to be
it's going to be tough. Ahead. It's going to be hard to knock them off here. Sarong and Bailey Smith are the only ones who really can. Gawn has jumped up with a couple of votes in the last game, so not bad. The Dacos brothers are glazed. Well, I mean, obviously. But they still are pretty good. You got to give praise to Nick Dacos. Even though I know it's cringe to say it, you got to give it to him. I mean, he's still a good player. He's still a very good player. But will he win? That's the question mark here on
That's the only thing that matters.
Exactly. It's the only... Yeah, we're not all about fucking participation fucking awards, all right? This is all about you win, you get the award. You're fucking second. I'm sorry. You can fucking sit outside in the fucking rain.
We only know that. We only finished second, third.
Who finished second last year? I don't know. Who cares? Yeah. Zach Merritt won last year. The year before that, the first ever winner. I don't know whoever finished first in the run. The first ever runners up. Who cares? No one gives a fuck about that. So let's move on to round 21. Right? Yes, round 21. All right. Oh my God, dogs up! Another shocking game to start the round.
This is when after the Sydney derby, they thought, the Giants will show up here.
Yeah, they could be a team that could win the flag.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs are playing.
Yeah. And then they were basically playing finals throughout the rest of the year to make the finals, and they obviously missed. But 3 votes went to Tim English, 2 votes to Aaron Norton, who ended the year pretty strong, 1 vote to Marcus Bontempelli. Could have been up, maybe have been up there, maybe if he was had played the year.
If he didn't miss the 6 weeks to start the season, he could have got a
good run at it. Next game, Crows up against Hawthorn. Good game this one, and Jordan Dawson takes the 3 votes. 2 votes to Josh Worrell, who's actually polled a few so far this year, and 1 vote to Riley O'Brien, the smartest player in the AFL.
And I think he's the first time he's voted this year.
Yeah, it'd be the first time. Oh, 3 votes here to Max Gawn, 2 votes to Jack Viney, 1 vote to Cozzy Pickett. So Max Gawn creeping up in some votes here. Next game, Matt Rowell. He does come home, it looks like. 3 votes to Matt Rowell, 2 votes to Noah Anderson, 1 vote to Mac Andrew. After that, we get to Sydney up against Essendon. This was a shocker. Swans should have won this one by a whole lot more, considering the team that the Bombers put out. But anyway, 3 votes to Brodie Grundy, 2 votes to Nick Blakey, 1 vote to Errol Goulden. After that, we get to Lions up against Collingwood. Another win for Australia, this one. 3 votes to Logan Morris, 2 votes to Hugh McCluggage, 1 vote to Lockie Neal. After that, we get to St Kilda up against North Melbourne, and the man's up there again. Nasiah Wanganeen Miller with the 3, 2 votes to Rowan Marshall, 1 vote to Harry Sheasel. Cats up against Port Adelaide, and I mean at this point, Port Adelaide are just an easy team to get a nice percentage booster.
Yeah, this is when we didn't really care.
Yeah, well, Ken Inkley was like, "Boys, I'm too busy like playing with the camera, playing with the people on camera, just putting fake teeth in my mouth and stuff." He did not give a fuck at this point. Anyway, 3 votes went to Max Holmes, 2 votes to Brian Myers, 1 vote to Jeremy Cameron.
It would only be...
Yeah, he's polled a lot of 1s and 2s. I think I saw throughout the year.
We're looking at Bailey and Cameron.
Yeah.
Most people would.
Yeah, who the hell was giving the bird? Who the hell was kicking the goals?
Yeah.
We're not looking at the curly-haired guy, Max Holmes, unfortunately. Next game was Freo up against Carlton. 3 votes to Luke Jackson, 2 votes to Paddy Cripps, 1 vote to George Hewitt. That is the conclusion of round 21. So let's get back to it at the leaderboard. So we did see, who was it, Jordan Dawson, who polled some good votes in that game. And at the conclusion of round 21, Dawson's back in front. So he only lost the lead for one round.
Yeah, Dacos didn't poll in that week, but we see Messiah has hit the leaderboard for the first time tonight.
Yes, and Matt Rowell all of a sudden has jumped into equal third. Out of absolutely nowhere. And we've got to remember as well, like you said, they've got a game in hand, the Suns. So Matt Rowell, Noah Anderson, who's on 16, he's still on the leaderboard, but you got to remember, a 3-vote game from either of them, Matt Rowell would jump into outright third, not a game away from Jordan Dawson, and Anderson's only a couple away. So, got to keep your eye on them. And for someone like you said, Max Holmes hasn't polled a lot of 3-vote games. He's jumped into 10th spot. Yeah. So he had a very good year. Absolutely robbed of an All-Australian in mine. Yeah. I said at the start of the year he would be the first time All-Australian, and I think he should have been. I think he got absolutely fucking robbed of it, to be honest with you. But anyway, you can see right there, guys, Jordan Dawson currently leads with 3 rounds to go. So let's get back to it. Round 22. First game, Jai Newcomb with the Hawthorn win against the Pies. No Nick Dacos.
First time in a while, though. Newcomb's polled, but he's still on the leaderboard, so...
Yeah, Jai Newcomb can make a bit of a run late. 2 votes to James Sicily, getting a couple of votes late in the year. Lloyd Meek with the 1. Had a couple of votes at the start of the year, Lloyd Meek. Didn't get a lot since, but first time to see him in a while. Bailey Smith with the 3 votes against the Bombers. 2 votes to Brian Myers. 1 vote to Sean Manor. St Kilda up against Richmond. Naz is there, but he's back to his normal slot at the start of the year with the 1. But Cal Wilkie with the 3. 2 votes to Jack Sinclair. 1 vote to Nasiah. Swans with a big win against the Lions. Big win. Finally got a win against the 2024 Premiers. Isaac Heaney with the 3 votes. 2 votes to Will Ashcroft. 1 vote to Darcy Wilmot. Had a really good end of the year, Darcy Wilmot, by the way. Power up against Freo. Port Adelaide gave it a real shake, but just couldn't get over the line in the end.
Thanks to Alex Pearce goal.
Yeah, true. What a great defender.
He did it a few times and he just went forward and nailed a goal. A clutch man.
He is a clutch player. He's going to be big in finals. But 3 votes went to Zach Butters, 2 votes to Luke Jackson, 1 vote to Alia. After that, we get to Blues against the Gold Coast. 3 votes went to Ben King. Matt Rowell again. He is showing up a bit here. 2 votes to Matt Rowell, 1 vote to Took Miller. Giants v North Melbourne. 3 votes went to Toby Green. 2 votes went to Finn Callaghan. Haven't seen him in a while, Finn Callaghan. And the 1 vote to Tom Green. Melbourne v Dogs. The Dogs kept their season alive in this game.
Oh, this is the week after the sack.
Yes, yeah. It was. First game under Troy Chaplin, I believe. So 3 votes went to Ed Richards. 2 votes to Marcus Bontempelli. 1 vote to Aaron Norton. And the final game of the round, we do have another vote here for a West Coast player. It is here. It is Tim Kelly, of all people.
First time denied. He would have polled.
Yes, but another player, Jordan Dawson, another 3 votes. 2 votes to Tim Kelly, 1 vote to Isaac Rankin, and that is the conclusion of round 22. So, the leaderboard, I think someone's pulled ahead to a big margin here. They have. Jordan Dawson currently leads by 5 votes with 2 rounds to go. He's almost secured the 3rd ever Boundary Riders medalist.
Yeah, because the only 2 that now is Dake and Rao. Because Rao's got...
Yes, that is right. So at the conclusion of round 22, at this stage, we have Jordan Dawson leading all comers with the 28. Nick Dacos with the 23 can still potentially win it if Jordan Dawson doesn't poll in the last 2 rounds and he can get 2 perfect games.
3 perfect games.
No, Nick Dacos needs to get 2.
Oh,
no, Matt Rowell, he can get 2 3 voters and 1 2 votes to win it from here, and Jordan Dawson gets nothing. So it's close. Bailey Smith is in 4th spot currently with a 20. And then we have Max Gawn and John Newcomb both with 19. The first ever Boundary Riders medalist in Zach Butters is on 18, along with Nasiah Wanganeen Miller. We knew he'd come home pretty strong, but he's jumped right up there. McCluggage and Sarong sit on 17 at the moment, rounding out the top 10. Next up, let's get to round 23. So this could be it for Jordan Dawson. If Matt Rowell doesn't get a vote here, and neither does Nick Dacos, Dawson has the votes. If Jordan Dawson can vote here, he wins it. Let's get to round 23. Bombers win. Bombers lost up against St Kilda. No Nasiah. 3 votes Mason Redman. 2 votes Andrew Brayshaw. 1 vote Sam Durham. Freo v Brisbane. Zach Bailey with the 3. 2 votes Jasper Fletcher. 1 vote Harris Andrews. I think we're going to get to it's the Collingwood Crows game actually that's going to decide this.
Did you put this in?
I didn't put it in. I put it in order, so I'm going to try and find it quickly. Gold Coast up against Giants. There's no votes here for Matt Rowell. So he can't win it from here.
No.
Matt Rowell's out. 3 votes Finn Callahan. 2 votes Harry Ralston. 1 vote Tom Green. Next game, Blues v Port. Mackay with the 3. Cripps with the 2. Hewitt with the 1. Hawthorn v Melbourne. Gunston with the 3. Moore with the 2. Gawn with the 1. Here we go. Nick Dacos needs 3 votes.
I can't actually remember what scored in this game. I think I gave him this game. Oh, no, I didn't.
Great suspense work, though.
Yeah.
If Jordan Dawson gets a vote here, he has won. He's not there, but neither is Nick Dacos.
And that's what he needed.
So, the 3 votes went to Mark Keane, 2 votes went to Josh Worrell, and the 1 vote went to Isaac Cumming. We'll quickly get through these ones. Harry Sheezer with the 3, Curtis with 2, LDU with the 1, Manor with 3, Shannon Neal with the 2, and Bailey Smith with the 1, and Marcus Bontempelli with the 3, Bailey Dale with the 2, Bailey Williams with the 1. So at the conclusion of round 23, that's pretty much it. We have the winner of the Boundary Riders Medal, and it is the Crows captain in Jordan Dawson. He cannot be beaten at this point. We see here right now, Jordan Dawson has 28 at the end of the round 23. So the Crows captain has won. We'll keep on going with the last round of the year, of course, and we do still have the members' votes to have a look at. But at this stage, Jordan Dawson is our winner. Next is Nick Dacos. He's got 23. Had a good year. Not going to win it from here. I think last year, Zach Merritt won it with only 24. So Jordan Dawson's had an incredible year at this moment. Matt Rowell with 21. He's still got 2 games to go, but he can't get 7. Well, maybe on the members. Bailey Smith is there with a 21. Max Gawn is there. Bontempelli and Butters are both there.
Now, if
imagine if they played at the start of the year.
Butters missed 4 through.
He came back and gather round.
Yeah, Bond missed 5.
Yeah.
No, it was 6. So, yeah, it was interesting that if Bond the first, he doesn't miss, he'd give it a good run.
Yeah. So, also Zach Butters used to put... We seem to follow Zach Butters quite a lot, along with Marcus Bontempelli.
I am a poor supporter.
Maybe. Yeah, like I said, you did force us to pick him in the first one.
That Rosie hasn't polled a bit more than that, but there's been a lot of good players this season. Even like say he's polled a lot of team.
Share it around a bit, yeah. But yeah, the best moment in time, Jordan Dawson is the winner. But let's get to the final round of the year. So, round 24. George Hewitt with the 3. So actually, no one's actually seen these votes yet, other than us two. So we obviously didn't reveal it in the review. So these are the votes for the final round. So Blues up against who the fuck did they play? Essendon, I think. Yeah, it was Essendon.
Yeah,
3 votes to George Hewitt, 2 votes to Jacob Wiedering, 1 vote to Sam Walsh. Good call from me. Next game, Collingwood up against Melbourne. I just forgot to edit it in. Great, man. 3 votes went to Max Gawn, 2 votes to Jordan De Goey, 1 vote to Christian Petrarca. After that, we get to Port Adelaide up against the Gold Coast. So no Matt Rowell here either, of course, with them getting absolutely killed losing to Port Adelaide in that game.
Matty Rowell did have a vote. I remember this. I will say this, that he did have votes at half-time.
Yeah, but then got tagged. Got taken out of the game in the second half. 3 votes went to Zach Butters, 2 votes to Connor Rosie, 1 vote to Mitch Georgiades. Next game is Crows up against North Melbourne. So Tristan Cherry, someone who kind of dropped off the radar a bit, did get a vote in this game. 3 votes to Riley Thilthorpe, 2 votes to Tristan Cherry, 1 vote to James Peatling. Next game, Geelong up against Richmond. Bailey Smith with the 3. Jeremy Cameron with the 2. Tom Atkins with the 1. West Coast up against Sydney. 3 votes to Errol Goulden, first time for the year. Good to end on. 2 votes to Tom Papley. 1 vote to Isaac Heaney.
You nearly stuffed that time. You were down, weren't you?
Yeah, we were down. We were just letting them feel a bit better. They only had 1 win for the year. Next game, the Giants up against St Kilda. 3 votes to Tom Green. 2 votes to Darcy Wilson. 1 vote to Toby Green. Yeah, you still couldn't even give him a 3 voter.
No, not with the... he did play really well, but if it wasn't for Tom Green's clearance, if they wouldn't...
Oh, okay. Yeah, you gave all the votes for the last round, basically. I think there was 1 or 2 games that I did give.
The last game, but every other game I get.
Yeah.
So if you need information, I'll give it to you.
All right.
But I still remember these games.
Next game is Dogs v Fremantle. Marcus Bontempelli once again with the 3 votes. He polled really well.
He could have easily won it.
If he wasn't injured at the start of the year.
At the start of the season, he could have made a run.
Yeah.
He could have won his first Brownlow.
Yes, he could have too, actually. I think he'll poll pretty well this year. 2 votes to Josh Tracy, 1 vote to Tim English. Brisbane v Hawthorn, 3 votes to Hugh McCluggage, Carl Amon with the 2, Josh Dunkley with the 1. And this should be the final game. Matt Rao with the 3, Ben King with the 2, and Noah Anderson with the 1. So, that is it. The Boundary Riders Medal regular voting is done. And the winner of the Boundary Riders Medal for 2025 is the Adelaide Crows captain in Jordan Dawson. Congratulations, Jordan. Great work.
Yeah. Beautiful.
We know you're not here to accept the award, but that's okay. We didn't have enough room on the couch for you. That's all right. With 28 votes, the Adelaide Crows captain has won the 3rd ever Boundary Riders Medal. We can see here, though, that Matt Rao was catching up.
Yeah.
With 24. He equals Bailey Smith on 24 as well. Nick Dacos didn't find votes in the last few rounds of the year. He took the lead for a moment against Jordan Dawson, but it was only for that split round. I think it was for round 21, I think it was.
But when the Collie Wobble started, the
Nick Dacos train fell off.
Yeah, that kind of fell off.
Yeah, it got derailed. His run got derailed, unfortunately. Max Gorn polled pretty nicely. He got the 23. Marcus Bontempelli and Zach Butters 6th and 7th from players who missed a lot of nearly a quarter of the season to nearly win it. I mean, they're only 2 good games away from potentially being able to take the win. Again, Marcus Bontempelli, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. He finished in 6th. Zach Butters in 7th. Hugh McCluggage, kind of a sneaky one for mine. Sat around it for the whole year. Had votes throughout the season, but just could never jump up the top. And that sees him in 8th spot. But with that being said, guys, we have one more thing to take a look at. Because we do need to take a look at the members' vote for this year. So let's quickly take a look at that. And then we will have a look at the leaderboard after the members' votes. So if you don't know the members' votes throughout the entire year, the members on the channel who are paid subscribers get every single week. I've been putting up a poll exclusively for them to basically choose the best player of the round. And with that vote, they get an extra vote for that player for every round of the year. So there is potentially 24 more votes up for grabs to snatch the win away from Jordan Dawson. Can it be done? That's the question that needs to be answered right now. Fuck, I'm good. Fucking hell. Let me run the Brownlow. Andrew Dillon sucks. Add Boundary Riders Dillon to the Brownlow lineup. I agree. So, let's get to it. Here are the members' votes for the season. So, opening round. The members' vote went to Will Day. So he didn't really. Well, he still got a members' vote. So good on him. Next game for round 1. The members' vote, Bailey Smith. Remember
First debut game for the Cats.
It was. And look at the veiny arms, just majestic. He is, Bailey Smith. Round 2, Jordan Dawson. He's increasing his lead. He's pulling away. Round 3, Matt Rao. He's second. There's a chance that maybe he can steal it back. Round 4, Jesse Hogan. Would have had a good goal-kicking performance this game, I would imagine. Round 5, this is gather round. Nick Dacos.
He did play
against the
game.
Swans.
I will always say this. Watching him live is something different.
Yeah, he's a different player. Round 6, Marcus Bontempelli.
On his return.
Bro, if he played the first bit of the year, I think he would have not only sewn up a Brownlow, but he could have potentially sewn up the Boundary Riders Medal as well. Round 7, still side bottom after winning the Anzac Day medal.
Yeah.
Round 8, Patrick Dangerfield. I think this was against Collingwood that game, actually. Round 9, Jesse Hogan again. He's got 2. Wonder if he'll be able to jump into the top 10, maybe. Or the top 8, we'll see at the end. Round 10, Isaac Heaney. Has had a couple of good games throughout the year.
That was the game against Carlton.
Yeah, very good performance, that one. Round 11, Cozzy Pickett against the Swans. Oh, fucking hell. A couple of games against the Swans this year. A couple of players took them to the cleaners. Round 12, Bailey Smith again.
So that means that Bailey Smith and Jesse Hogan are both polled members.
So they've polled 2 extra votes. Yeah. Round 13, Max Holmes against the Gold Coast. Very good performance this game, I remember. Round 14, Jeremy Cameron. He could poll a few late, especially with a couple of big goal performances. Could potentially be able to get a couple. Round 15, Joel Frazier. That was against the Swans as well. There's a very good performance there from Joel. Definitely announcing himself as one of the young premium players in the game. Round 16, Luke Jackson. Very interesting one there. Round 17, Tom Liberatore. That was in his 250th, I believe, as well. Round 18, Brodie Grundy. Interesting to see how many votes he gets to the end of the year in the members' votes. Round 19, Isaac Heaney again. He's got 2. Round 20, Jeremy Cameron. I think that was the 11-goal game. Pretty sure. Which I think would have been, actually... This could have gone to Nasiah. I think this was the same round when he won the game for Melbourne. But only 11-goal game got knocked off.
Yeah, it would have been... Yeah, probably would have been...
I mean, how unlucky. Round 21, Brodie Grundy again.
So, Grundy, Hogan, Cameron, Smith...
And Heaney have got 3, but one, 2 extra votes. Round 22, Isaac Heaney again. He's got 3. I swear to God, I didn't pick this. All right, people picked this the members picked it. Now, are they Swan supporters? I'm not exactly sure. I don't choose who they barrack for. Round 23, Harry Sheezel's 54 disposal performance. Had to be that one. And the last members vote for the season went to Hugh McCluggage with his good performance in the final round. So, with that being said, guys, let's take a look at the leaderboard for the members. So, this is the leaderboard at the conclusion of every single vote accounted for the 2025 season, including the members' votes. The winner of the Boundary Riders Medal with the members' votes is Jordan Dawson. He still was able to win it. We do see that Bailey Smith has jumped in the second spot, though, with the members' votes. So, you can see there a couple of players have changed. Not too much has, though. Bontempelli's jumped up into equal 5th spot, so not too bad there. But Jordan Dawson, in my eyes, has been the best player of the season. Yeah. I think he deserves to win the Brownlow as well. But, look, do you get a cash prize if you win the Brownlow? I don't think you do. You probably just get extra sponsorship. Yeah. Now, you don't get much from us here, Jordan, but you get our praise, our kudos, and the third...
Sad as an ex-Swans player, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's bad for me because I'm a Port supporter, so it's a bittersweet, sort of a thing, but he deserves it. He's been the best player all and
I think you, throughout the last week, I mentioned it in the podcast, I think you said you kind of knew who won it. Did you think it was Jordan Dawson?
I thought it did. I didn't think it was close. I didn't think back that fast. I didn't think he'd come back that hard. But even Matty Rao, we can all say this. Well, all of those players are in Australia.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, but it's Butters.
Oh, no, except for Butters.
Yeah.
Except for Butters, all those players are in the All-Australian team.
Yeah. So I think that's a good at least assessment of it. But
yes, I think it's a pretty good assessment of everything.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're not going to end the stream just yet. We've got one more thing to do, which is eat the chilies for our certainty tips. So, unfortunately, we've got to eat 7 chilies each. So, let me go grab them. We're back in a second. The final part of this live stream, of course, is the eating of the fucking things. How did Naz poll? How many... By the way, hello, Card Man. Great to see another... We've seen a couple of famous people in it tonight. How many did he poll? I'll have a quick look. He finished in the top 10, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he finished in the top 10. So, where is he? Let's get back to the poll.
No, it didn't.
No, he did. That's the top 8. He did finish in the top 10, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he did. So he got 18 votes. So Naz did poll very well. Towards the end, he did very nicely. Unfortunately, couldn't get over the line, but that's okay. So, let's get to it, because I was dreading this the whole night. I put it to the end, but unfortunately we have to finish it off. Of course, like we said at the start of the stream, throughout the entire year, we've been making certainty tips throughout the season that this tip is absolutely correct. They're gonna win. And of course, those teams didn't perform 7 weeks for both of us. So we've got to eat 7 chilies to equate to the 7 wrong certainty tips. So guys, this is a message to all of you to make sure you think about your tips before you do them. Don't just half-ass it. Tip responsibly. Okay? Let's get to it. Fuck me.
How big are these?
They're pretty decent sized. I got some different colours. So you can see here, got a couple of red ones, got a couple of green ones. We got 7 apiece, okay? So
what? It's only got to be fair for 3.
I don't think you can 3, 2. How many? So I got 3 green, 4 red. You got 4 green, 3 red. Does anyone know what's worse, green chilies or red? I assume just on the colour that red's the worst.
One way to find out.
Alright.
I'm just going to go in. I can't be bothered anyway.
Congratulations. Thank you guys for supporting us throughout the year.
Been a fun year.
I fucking hate this. Oh, it's starting to hurt. Oh.
It's only 7.
Oh. Fuck, that's only 1. Fuck. Hiccup duck. Get on the fuck duck. I could have got smaller chilies. Why are we both hiccuping? Oh my god. That was 1. Fuck. Oh my god.
I think I'm gonna have to do this.
I hate you. Why do I agree to this?
Oh, it makes it slightly better. Fuck. Slightly. Oh my god, fuck that. How many people are watching? 3. Oh my god. I think the idea is not to let it touch your teeth, your mouth. God, I wish I was Riley Reid right now. I could just fucking sub these in and swallow them. Alright, I've got the strategy. Swallow it whole.
Oh, fuck.
Take 2 bites. Maybe 3 or 4.
Oh, I can't do this.
Have some milk. Oh, this ain't red. Shit. Oh my god. Is this entertaining at least? Fucking hell.
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh my god. How bad am I?
Not that bad.
Oh, you are. People just like watching us talk for ourselves, apparently.
Oh, fuck.
Oh. Alright. The best strategy I've got.
No, I can't.
You can't do it. You're tapping out. I'll finish it off. It's alright. Oh, fuck. Yeah, the strategy is not to eat, not to chew. Fuck. Is not to chew the seeds. Fuck, dude. Oh, fucking hell. That's horrible, eh?
How many have I got left? 4. Fuck. I can't even do more than 2. My throat is so fucked. Okay, coffee isn't the idea. Straight milk is the idea. Oh. Thank you guys for a great year. Oh my god. I hate you all. That's what I get for not tipping responsibly. I can't actually eat anymore. I can't. Fuck. Oh my god. I'm trying to swallow it. I'm trying to swallow it. My tongue, I think, is on fire. These are regular chilies, by the way. They're not even fucking different chilies, so we may be just pussies. Mm-hmm. I'm more than happy to call myself a pussy. Oh my god, that is horrible. Didn't think it'd be that bad, do you? No. That right. It's my channel, I'll finish it off. I'm not doing yours. I wouldn't. Oh my god. Don't even try. Don't even do it if you can't. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm a bit late. Well, you missed out on a lot. Fuck's sake. Probably get to see the funnest bit of it. We should have cut out the seeds. Was that really eating fillers? Isn't that where the whole heat come from? The heat's from the in the seed. Mm. Oh my god. I don't know how to come out there. Oh. No, I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I'll try to finish the rest in a minute. But fuck me. Leave the milk in your mouth and it doesn't. Oh god. Fuck, like. Oh. Oh, God, my lips are so red. I'm calling it. Mm-hmm. Alright, guys. Thank you for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. It's been fun, guys. Oh, great, yeah. Great. Oh. Video will be out on Monday. Last video essay of the year, so make sure to watch that. And then, the tips and the previews of the finals of week 1 will be out Tuesday. Okay? Sorry I couldn't finish this, but I'm fucking done. It hurt so bad. I got through 4, you got through 2. Fuck. Thank you for a great year.